Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. Can everybody hear me good? Are we all good on y'all end? Let me know before I move on. Can everybody hear me? We good? Can everybody hear me good?
Yeah, I'm here.
That I have on my Instagram telling me that, they feel bad. Please don't feel bad for me. Guys, I'm an open book. I've told you guys before about the loss of my mother. So if anybody has been keeping track with my Instagram, a woman named Janae, I might slander her last name. Forgive me. I believe you say her last name DeSelli. I don't know, but I know her first name is either Janae. It's something. But 5 years ago, this individual posted something in a group, and I disagree with her. Now, I didn't know what type of woman she was until, years later, they told me how she's the black man's keeper. She goes by the black man's keeper because she only supports black men. She tends to have a problem with American black women. She forgot where she came from. I knew her story. I knew how she had GoFundMe's. I knew how she was begging for money. I knew all about this woman, and I still never blasted this woman. But what I did do was I took a picture of what she said about my mother and I saved it 5 years ago, y'all. I know that might sound crazy, but something told me that she'll come back. Right now, the difference is she blocked all my social medias, but she didn't know that I had to to create a new page for my Instagram. She didn't know that was me, right? Even though I have the same picture as my AV as I did when she said those things about my mother. Same picture, the ninja pic. I've had that picture since 2015. Okay, so 5 years ago, she took the picture I had at my mother's gravesite and a picture that I took with my mom shortly before she died, and she made fun of my mother. She called her fat. She called my mother Respucia. She insulted my mother's tombstone. Now, my mother's buried in the state of Arizona. In Arizona, the heat can get up to like 118. And certain stones, they attract the heat and they tend to get older quicker. Okay. When she took the picture of my mother's stone, it was already 15 years old, right? Yes, it needed to be restored, and we did that. But the fact that this black woman insulted my mother, who did nothing to her, she also insulted my other two grandmothers too, who died, and she thought it was funny. So when she reached out to me yesterday, you guys, I went a different route. When she inboxed me, she asked me to check out her merchandise. She now has a shirt company, right? When she inboxed me, I knew she was crazy because I'm like, well, maybe she doesn't remember me because I go by the queen of accountability, right? So all I said to her was, "You don't remember me, huh?" That is all I said. I didn't come with any hate. I didn't come with any attitude. I didn't come with any aggression. All I said was, "You don't remember me, huh?" And then 9 hours later, she removed her message, which told me that she went and said, "Oh, fuck, I now remember her. I insulted her dead relatives." Instead of this woman taking accountability for what she said to me 5 years ago, she deleted the message and then she blocked me again on my social media. I know a lot of you black men praise this woman. You follow her on all her platforms, you kiss her ass, but I want you to know what kind of woman you are supporting. This black woman failed to take accountability ability for what she said about my mother 5 years ago. Now I know a lot of y'all are thinking, well, maybe you should have let it go. It's 5 years, let it go. I can't let something like that go when you make fun of the deceased. I just can't. And I know other people get killed for talking about deceased. I know that. I live in Illinois. People get their hair blown off for just saying, "I feel sorry for your mother," and their mother could still be alive. So imagine how I felt when she insulted my dead mother, right? My mother was overweight because she was shot in the neck and it paralyzed her from the neck down. If anybody knows who Superman is, I know some of you guys probably don't watch TV and you act like you're dumb, but Christopher Reeves was our Superman, right? Christopher Reeves was in great shape. Google Christopher Reeves before he died. He also got into an accident where he injured his neck and it paralyzed him from the neck down. And he went from this muscular Superman to this man who was very overweight. When you're quadriplegic, it's a shock to your body. You're going to gain significant weight. Not only that, my mother was on 15 different medications that I administered to her as a child. Okay. So I want you to know where my pain came from. But Instead of her apologizing, she deleted it, so I put her on blast. But people tend to think that I'm evil. They think that I don't give people a chance. You guys talk a lot about me like I hate black women. And I know a lot of you black women would have did something different than what I did. Y'all wouldn't have been that nice. Y'all wouldn't have been that calm. Y'all would have relived that moment and you would have went batshit crazy. But unlike a lot of you, I know how to control my emotions. So all I said to her was, "You don't remember me, huh?" And to me, that's a PG response. Fuck it, a G response, right? So I just want anyone that follows the Black Man's Keeper, aka Janae DeSelli, I want you to know who she really is. She doesn't take accountability. She's going to play at your heartstrings so you'll buy her merchandise, but she's not a good woman. If I did something like that to someone and I hurt them, I'm going to apologize. One thing I never do is insult your dead relatives. If you come at me, I'm insulting you and you only. The only time I bring your family into it is if you bring mine. But still, I didn't do that to her. So I wanted to address that so you guys knew where that came from. And I showed you guys my mindset. I wasn't going to blast this woman if she apologized. I was going to forgive her and help her promote her brand. I know, crazy, right? Stupid, right? But that's the kind of woman I am. But people tend to think that I'm an evil person, but I'm not. I actually fought her hate with my love. And look what it did. The bitch ran. Now I'm going to insult her. The bitch ran. She posts all this Nipsey Hussle quotes and she believes in all this good stuff and doing right. But not even Nipsey would stoop that low on somebody, right? So again, practice what you post and practice what you preach. And always be careful what you say to someone because you never know when you're going to need them. She needed me in that moment and forgot who the fuck I was, right? So again, I want y'all to remember what you say to people and how you say it to people. One thing I don't like is when people bring up someone else's dead relatives and it has nothing to do with the current conversation. But y'all know the old me would have told you where she lived, would have told you all her kids' names. I had that information, guys. I doxed her 5 years ago. I had everything, blood type, every fucking thing. And I never once posted it on any of my social medias because I was waiting for her to apologize. 5 years. So to the Black Man's Keeper, if you're listening to this, you ain't shit. And when you become more mature and you start acting your age, I'm willing to have a sit down with you so you can apologize. Now I don't want it in inbox. Now I don't want it in a message. I want you to come on my show and apologize loud, like you were when you were talking about my mother. Okay? Like I said, she hit below the belt. And a lot of people that lose a parent, you never really feel that void. That pain never goes away. Okay? It doesn't. My mother didn't ask to be a quadriplegic, and she couldn't help that she was overweight. You got women right now that can get up and move. Imagine not being able to move from your neck down, and you tell me how you'll handle it. You tell me if you'll be in tip-top shape. You can't move anything from the neck down. So before you come at someone's family, educate yourself on why they're in that predicament. And if you don't know what a quadriplegic is, Google Christopher Reeves, and you'll see the transformation for him. Okay? It's really bad. You watch your loved ones suffer. You watch them go through the worst part of their life, and you have to be their parent. You don't have to be, the person that wipes their butt and feeds them. So y'all can say whatever y'all want about me or my mother, but my mother is the strongest person I know. She taught me to be strong. That woman never complained one time about not being able to move her arms and legs. She never once cried about her predicament. She took it like a G. So just so you guys know, my mom's been gone for a long time now, 2 decades. So again, you got to be careful what you say to people. And from here on out, if anyone ever comes at me again about my mother, you're going to see a side of me that isn't right. And I'm not going to post it on social media. I'm coming right to YouTube with it. And I'm going to embarrass you like you did me. I don't care if you have a private page. I don't care what you have. I can get into private page. Don't play with me. My mother is a sensitive topic. And if I didn't say anything about your dead relatives, mine are off limits, just like kids. I would never go that low unless you go low. But in this case, I took the high road and look what it did. So before you guys tell me to take high roads, look at what it's done. Nothing. Okay? Like I said, I'm human. I'm a human being. I cry. I get sad too. My mother, that right there, I'm not going to let you do that. Because half of y'all don't even have the strength that she had. Let me see y'all take a bullet to the neck and allow bugs to eat you up for 8 hours. Let me see y'all do that without complaining. I don't want to hear shit. So again, my mother is my queen. She's my hero, and she'll always be in my heart. So I'm warning any of you trolls that like to create fake pages with fake emails. I will find you. It's not hard. Anybody can be found. So please be careful what you say to people because you disagree with them. Keep it between you and that person. The moment you make fun of their relatives, everything is off limits. Remember that. Kids, I don't care. I don't care anymore. Have respect for the dead. Respect the dead. You're not going to do my mother like y'all did Kevin Samuels. This shit ain't funny. Especially when you don't even know my mother. Never even met my mother. So again, I'm sorry that I had to rant like this, you guys, but I thought she was going to be the bigger person because it's 5 years ago, but she is still a weak ass bitch. And what she said to me, if I was in the state that she was in, I would have cold clocked her. It would have been easy. She can't fight. All she does is talk. I pulled her card. People like her, they love to talk shit behind the internet. And then when you see them in person, they'll call the cops. I've had the cops called on me before. Stop fucking playing with me. I've had a case in Illinois before. I told you guys. The bitch thought she was going to say some shit about me and I wasn't going to react. I sent her her address. The bitch folded. Went right to court. Stop playing with me. This shit is real life. People die over making fun of dead relatives. They die. People die over $5. So what I'm saying is, to anybody who disagrees with me and what I do, you can disagree with me. But the minute you bring my relatives into it, gloves will be coming off. No more being nice. My mother is a sensitive topic to me, and I've never hid anything from my followers. So again, sorry guys about that rant. And if anybody lost a parent like I have, you know exactly what pain I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly what that shit feels like. Even if it was 21 years ago. Okay? Okay, so guys, sorry about that again. Now, today I figured, this will be a good show to do today. I wasn't gonna do it because I thought she wasn't going to attend, but this young lady decided to say, you know what, I'm gonna come on her show and we're gonna have a discussion. So I'm gonna call her Caution, but I also call her Erica, which is her name. But she goes by Comedian Caution on Instagram. If anyone ever, heard of her, she has that video about the baby daddies and child support. What I'm going to do for you guys real quick is I'm going to remind you of the video that she posted. And then I'm going to show you the video that I posted. Let me go to my IG and I'll do it from my iPad. And then we're going to talk about it. Like I said, at first, me and her, we did not see eye to eye. And I was going to blast her. And I want to thank Caution for responding to me because she was 2 seconds from being my next post today. I had already pulled her card. I had all her information because the way she came at me, I did not like it. And I'm already on edge because of the young lady who said that about my mother, right? So I thank God that, Caution rerouted and we ended up having a conversation, guys. Y'all know how I am. I'm ruthless, so I want to thank her for that. So some of you guys probably don't know who she is. I'm gonna show you the video. And then I'm going to bring her on. She will be answering any questions that you guys have. All I ask for my followers, please do not disrespect this woman. I know half of y'all hated that chant. I know a lot of y'all probably insulted her looks. She's not here to bash, to yell, to scream. She just wants to tell us her side of the story. To those who thought that was a joke, that was a real video. So that video was absolutely real, coming from a real place. She was not faking what she was talking about. Okay, so I just wanted you guys to know that she has that what she did was real. Okay, so let me find this video because I can't get into my Instagram. Hold on, let me find hers. I'm trying to find hers and then mine. Hold on 1 second here. Okay, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna do hers first. Actually, do I have one together? I'm gonna do the one off my TikTok because that one's combined. Give me 1 second, y'all.
Need you to pay your child support. Baby daddies, are you ready for court? Cause I need you to pay your child support. You thought you had it made in the shade, living with your girl. I said, no ma'am, I got his whole world. It is his brother, and so you come second place. Sis, don't make me take off this lace. All I want you to do is pay your child support. Never mind, I will see you in court. Hey! I will see you in court. Baby daddies, make your payments. Stop making excuses when number one. Let's go.
5, 6, 7, 8. Baby mamas, are you ready to take accountability for all of your bad mistakes? Baby mamas, are you ready to admit you had a baby with a pookie you knew wasn't shit? Close your legs. Close your legs. Blaming men for your mistakes is dead. Close your legs. Close your legs. Blaming men for your mistakes is dead. Now watch your threats. Watch your threats. We know you living off them child support checks. Watch your threats. Watch your threats. We know you living off them child support checks. Accountability. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, I'm sure you remember now who I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and bring her on. Comedian Caution, you can go ahead and take your mic off of mute and say hello to the fans.
Hello, 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 everyone. It's truly a pleasure being here. Thank you, Daphne, for having me here. Yeah, it's real. That's all I can say is it's real.
Okay, so that was the first thing I wanted to say. So that post that you made on TikTok, that wasn't, I mean, because I know that now you go by Comedian Caution, but I know when you originally posted, there was no watermark. That's how I got it. So at one point, was it real? Was everything that you talked about in the chant something that you went through personally?
Okay, so let me start from the beginning, if you don't mind, Daphne.
No.
So first and foremost, this original cheer. Oh wow, I already see the awful comments coming through. This is bad. But the original cheer was it was made in 2017 and posted in 2018. When I posted it in 2018, I did post it on all platforms. Now, the reason the child support cheer has resurfaced is because somebody posted it. I think her name is Slim Thick on TikTok. She reposted it. She reposted my video, and her video is sitting at 7 million views plus right now. So that's the reason why the cheer resurfaced. Now, speaking on the cheer, what I was saying was real. Most of it was made up because it rhymed, but I really was angry about the fact that my daughter's father was not paying child support, and he was almost 11K behind in child support. Currently, he is still 10K behind in child support. His payments are $103 a month. Of course, it's a little late now because my kid is 20 years old serving in the U.S. Army. But back then, yes, 5 or 6 years ago, I was angry. And I of course, we spoke before this show here. And I told you then, and I'll say it again, I was very angry at the fact that he would not be that father that he needed to be. And I've never been one of those bitter baby mamas, you know, and I hate to jump right on out here with it, but I must do that. I'm currently dating a man. I've been dating a man for 2 years. And his baby mama is treacherous. She is torturing him. She actually works at child support, Daphne. I have to hear the constant remarks. Oh, is your little girlfriend over there? Okay, well, don't come get your son. Oh, you posted her on Facebook? Okay, well, come on down to my office so I can nip you in the bud. Oh, well, you need to go pay the child support because I got to do this and I got to do that. I've never been that bitter woman. All I wanted him to do was pay half of what he made half of. That's it. Half of what it costs to take care of your kid. Pay half of that and I'll be okay with that. But this man didn't even do that. He's still 10K behind right now. So Daphne, yes, it was a joke, but it was really my joke. It was my personal situation. And when I put it out there for the world to see, they applied their problem to it when it was really my problem to begin with. So I guess it's like, I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, like I said, I am a comedian. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 6 years. And I make jokes. You know, right now I'm viral on TikTok for Frazier Funeral Home. People got mad at me for making a joke about a funeral home when my family owns 4 funeral homes. So, I mean, everybody's not, like you said before, everybody's not going to accept what I do. They're not going to like what I do. And I just have to, you know, accept the fact that I'm not going to be liked by everybody. It's going to be a lot of folks that hate me, and that's fine. And that's fine.
So let me pause you right there. So I don't think people hate you. That's a powerful emotion to have for someone you don't know. Like, people actually hate me. I had groups created that had 36,000 members. People literally hate me. That's hate. But what they didn't like was that if that was your personal experience and some of it was real and some of it was fake, you still put it out there in the web. And what I tell women every day, watch what you post, because you never know what it can do to you later down the road. And even though your baby daddy wasn't doing his job, do you think that was mature to make a post about it? Because let me tell you how far that post went. When I went on Facebook and I went on Instagram and I typed that in, you did come up a lot. But I also saw some young girls in high school doing your chant. What are we teaching our kids? You said you have a kid. Do you only have one kid right now, or do you have another one? Is it just one?
I have 2 daughters.
Okay, so you do have a daughter. Okay, so if your daughter is your daughter, and you don't have to tell me her name or nothing, but is your daughter in grade school, high school?
My oldest daughter, who the child support cheer was allegedly or whatever about, she's about to be 20 years old in July, and my baby girl is about to be 16 in October.
Okay, so she's in high school. Okay, so
right.
Do you think if your daughter said, "Mom, today when we did cheer, we started doing your baby daddy cheer," do you think that that's a positive influence? Do you think you are teaching your daughter the right things?
Now, I don't think that the cheer, if they're doing it as a joke, then I understand. Do I think it's positive? No, I don't think it's positive, because mommy's grown. Mommy's a comedian. And I'm not an example setter. You know, I'm the example setter for my daughter. So I get what you're saying in that example. But at the same time, it's like, I won't even lie. My kids were joking about it. Their friends were joking about it. So I don't, because like I said, it went crazy viral. So everybody was joking about it because they know me personally. Right, and that's just how it went.
But people that are close to you know you, but people that are strangers don't know you. And what you're doing is you're laughing at a situation that people go through every day. Like I didn't tell you everything about my life. I worked for the state for several years. I went to court with men. I went and did house visits. I had to pull kids out of houses that were being abused. I dealt with the system for years, and I was damn good at my job. So one thing I would never do is make fun of anyone having to pay child support. The first case that I helped win was my brother's case, Miss Costin. My brother was the first person that I helped win his child support case against his baby mama. His baby mama lost. Not only did his baby mama lose, she had to pay him child support. So how do you think that would have been in 2000? Now, 2009, we still have Facebook. So how do you think that would have went if my brother said, my baby mama just lost in court, and now that bitch has to pay me in child support? Do you think women would have been like, hey, yes, yeah? No, they would have dragged my brother to smithereens. They would have called him. And if he would have been like, well, it's a joke, but there's some realness in that joke, right? So what I'm saying is he's laughing at somebody else's pain, and it's not funny. Now, if you would have been like, everybody, this is my situation, and this is what I have for my baby daddy. You said daddies plural, as if you had more than one baby daddy 5 years ago, which you didn't, correct? You only had one, right?
Oh no, my youngest daughter, I married her father, but I lost him to stage 4 colon cancer. I was married, but he died.
Okay, so he's not a baby daddy. You're a widow. So I'm talking about at the time of that video, you had one baby daddy, correct? But you said baby daddies with an S. So it's like you were talking to baby daddies on social media who are going through child support. No one wants to hear that. So what if it triggered a man and made him go into a deeper depression when he was put on child support out of spite? When you brought up, I have his whole world. Do you know how many men live in that world where a woman uses that kid as a pawn, and they let women know you're second place? So you could have also brought up feelings with other people who live this in real life, and now you're mocking it. So what I'm trying to explain to you is that when you do things like that online, you have to think about everyone viewing this video and having their own opinion. And also being a comedian, I assume you guys have tough skin because you talk about people for a living. So when people then give you a taste of your own medicine and you start inboxing them all, that's a weird energy. When you came at me, you really pissed me off. I was ready to let the gun off by posting all your stuff and saying, yeah, this woman, she's weak, she's this, because you brought up suicide. And that really hurt my feelings because I don't never bash women to the point where they want to kill themselves. But if you look at my caption, Miss Caution, that I put on Instagram, I never bashed you. I said how embarrassing. Then I spoke about women in plural. I didn't know you as the person. I'm talking about the chant. And you went and flipped it and assumed that I'm trying to bash you. And then now the suicide stuff, that really, really broke me because I don't do that to hurt people. So what I was trying to explain to you is that if you're going to be a comedian, be prepared to get the backlash. Chris Rock got slapped. Do you think it was funny when he said the bald-headed joke? No. So what I'm saying is everybody's not going to take your joke and say, oh, you're funny. People are going to talk shit back to you, but that's what you do. So you should be able to accept it. That's all I'm saying. So I'll let you continue what you were going to say. I just want to interrupt. Go ahead, hon.
Oh, no, you're fine. Because I'm listening to what you're saying as well. Because like I said, I'll go back to what you were saying before, how people in the world can relate to what I did or what I posted to the child support cheer or whatever the case may be. And people, when I posted this, I posted my situation. I posted what I was going through. I was going through depression. I was going through, my child went through a whole sexuality thing where she was defining sexuality. I mean, right now, she's gay. My child is gay. Of course, back then I was beating myself up. I'm like, oh, well, maybe if I had chosen her a better father, maybe she wouldn't be this way. Or maybe if I would maintain relationships, she wouldn't be this way. Maybe if I had married somebody that had cancer and was going to die, she'd have a father in her life, but she wouldn't be this way. So I was also battling my own situations or whatever the case may be. Like I said, when it comes to the child support cheer, yes, I understand that it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, just like everything else that I post. But like you said about you, the same way you said, you're human. I'm human as well. Just like right now, and I know it's probably not the best thing in the world, but I'm going through the comments as we're on here, and I'm seeing that I'm still, the bad person or whatever the case may be. And that's fine. Like I said, I can safely say with a straight face, you taught me to be like, okay, whatever. If you think I'm the bad person, then I'll be the bad guy. That's fine. But again, the cheer is 6 years old, and I have taken accountability for that 6 years ago when I posted it. The only reason why I reposted it last month is because I'm like, okay, well, since everybody's coming to my page anyway, let's bring some more fire. Because once they see who I am and they see the real me, I've actually made friends off the child support cheer. They, didn't like me in the beginning. And once I told them the real deal, like on my Instagram, I posted a video on my Instagram, which I'm sure you probably saw, all the child support payments that he did not make. You didn't see, did you see that on my page, Daphne?
No, I didn't see it. But
okay. I posted all the, I'm sorry.
No. There's one thing I wanted to say to you. What do you consider bashing?
Well, in my eyes, it wasn't you that was doing the bashing. It was the people in the comments that were doing the bashing.
What I'm saying is, what did they say?
There was something. There's bashing in the comments right now.
Okay, what I'm asking you to do is read it to me. Can you let me know what they're saying, please?
Let me see, because I
didn't see any bashing. If you consider bashing, go ahead.
Well, I can't go back farther. I don't even know. Because I don't know. I can't go back to anything back there. So I can't, it stopped at a certain point. But like I said, it's fine. That's not even important anymore to me, honestly. I just brought it up because it's
hold on. And this is me being honest with you. It is important to you because you mentioned this also in my inbox, that you were looking at comments, and you mentioned that first you said I bashed you. Now you're saying that I never did, but that's what you said to me initially. What I need you to understand is that everyone's not going to like you or me. I get hate mail every time. Have you ever had your life threatened, Miss Caution? Did people ever send you? And what'd you do?
Now, it depends on which platform it's on. Sometimes I will hit it back. Sometimes I won't. Like on TikTok, I can't really hit them back because if they don't follow me, I can't talk back to them. And I've gotten death wishes. I got death wishes so many times because I've been going viral for a long time, and that's not on no bragging type stuff. I've been going viral for a long time. So I have literally had somebody to pull up my information. Well, they pulled up my mom's address. I guess they Googled it or something. And they have actually sent things to my mom's house.
Okay, so when you're saying people have done this, what have you done? Because if they did this, they'd be in jail, right? Well, you're saying death wishes. I'm saying death threats. Has anyone ever said that they want to kill you? Not I wish for you to die, but they want to kill you.
Yes, they have. Yeah, they have.
Over your chant.
Now, that's not over the cheer, but now, wait, I got 2 over the cheer. But of course, that was 6 years ago. Now, my other stuff that has gone viral, I've gotten plenty of death wishes. I get those all the time. Frazier Funeral Home has gotten those. And I just started posting those last year. I get death wishes all the time.
So what I'm trying to explain to you is, do you think that this heat is coming to you because you're choosing to air out your personal business? You just said that you talk about funeral homes and your family owns them. So it's like you get kicks off for laughing at things that are like serious. And to other people, it might not be that serious. It may not be that they may not take it and receive it the same. What I'm learning about you is that it bothers you when people disagree with you and they say things about you. But as a comedian, that is the life. I have comedian friends like Leon Rogers here in Illinois. Shout out to Leon Rogers. They talk about this man every single day. Oh, you're washed up. Oh, you were just in 2 barbershops. What have you done? He doesn't give a flying fuck. He told me being a comedian, they're always going to talk about you. And you have to have thick motherfucking skin. So what I'm learning about you is that your skin isn't that thick yet. It seems like you're still trying to be a comedian, but to truly be a comedian, you have to be able to accept the criticism and dish it out. It has to be equal. So
Right.
what I'm
And
saying to you is that I would advise you to probably like hold off on the personal stuff, because the more personal you get, the more clowning they're gonna do, because you're telling them. You just told everyone how your baby daddy isn't even paying right now. So let me ask you this: when you met your baby daddy before you got pregnant, was he the perfect man? Did he, or did, let me guess, he changed when you got pregnant or after the baby? Which one is it?
well, he moved back with his mom 2 days after my daughter was born. Up until, and he was even, trying to be decent in the beginning, but why he chose to just switch up, like, and that's one thing that I do want to address as well, again, if you don't mind. People always say that, oh, well, you chose him, you should have known he was a deadbeat. Oh, I apologize for not being a psychic. I guess I went through the whole wedding that I was at that day, and I said, let me see which one of these dudes is going to break my heart and be the first one to break my daughter's heart. Let me go sleep with him. That makes absolutely no sense. Like, so I didn't just, and he my daughter was his first child, so I don't know what kind of father he would have been. We had an excellent relationship, we had communication, we had plans, we had this, we had that, but as soon as the human came out of my body, everything went downhill. Month after month after month, everything went downhill, and to this day I cannot explain it. I can't.
Okay, you said that people say that. I said that to you too. I tell women every
Yeah.
day, you chose them. Let me tell you why. Working for the
Yeah.
state, when you don't have to be a psychic to know if a man is good or not. How he treats you, it's a feeling that you get in your body, in your heart, in your spirit. You know if this man is worth you opening your legs to produce a baby or not. Like me, I lost my mother when I was young. I didn't have my mother or grandmother when I was growing up. I just had my sisters, and none of us got pregnant because I knew what was good and what was bad. My dad didn't have to teach me every single thing for me to know, okay, I'm not going to give this man no baby. He ain't even give me no ring. That was my mentality. That's why I'm a wife today. So what I'm telling you is not to be a psychic, but you're literally telling me that this man was perfect until you gave birth. I hear that every day from women, instead of them saying, well, yeah, he was being lazy. Yeah, he did disrespect me a few times. Yeah, he didn't treat me like a queen. Yeah, they knew it. It's the signs. You're telling me that your ex did not exhibit any red flags. He was the perfect guy until black, the baby comes out of your vagina. Now he's moving in with his mama and all this. You're telling me that he had no red flags. That's what you're saying?
In my eyes, of course, I'm a different woman today. In my eyes back then, we had an apartment together. We were paying bills together. We were doing things together. He was opening doors. He was helping me when I needed it. Anything that I needed to do, he was letting me do it. Oh, if you don't have your car not working, you take my car and I'm going to take yours and I'm going to try to see what's going on with it. He did all that.
Okay, so then,
and see,
okay,
he wasn't
so
originally from here either. He was originally from out of state. So he moved back where he moved back to his home state after my baby was born.
Okay, so after you gave birth to your baby, what happened? How did the change happen? Did he say, that's it, I'm going to move with my mom, have a good day? How did it happen?
Well, he was in college here. So when I guess, I don't know if his loan money ran out or whatever the case may be, but he moved back there because I guess he was done with school, or he didn't want to do school anymore, or whatever the case may be. Because of course, I'll be honest, things started shifting towards the end of the pregnancy. I believe it was like a wake-up call for him. Like, really, there's about to be a human coming out of her body and I'm going to have to take care of it. So he moved back to out of state with his mom. Even then, we were still, trying to be in a relationship thing. He invited me up there. I went up there and we went apartment shopping. I did job research and all that. We were going to go up there and create a family. Now it went left because of his mom. His mom, she was one of those, oh, I want a blood test, I want this and I want that. So his mom created a diversion between he and I, because we were on the right path we were going, but his mom came in the middle of that. Now, do I feel like he should have been more of a man and said, mama, this is my child's mother, I need you to do this, I need you to do that? That, to me, maybe that was a red flag. Mama, don't do this, because we were on the right path. But after she kept on doing what she was doing to me, I came back home. I said, I'm coming back home.
Okay, you said something significant. Because I don't want you to forget. You said that he was in school and he was getting loan checks. So when you said paying the bills, he didn't have a job. He was in school full time?
He had 2 jobs.
Okay, so he had two jobs and he was in school getting loan checks?
Going to school. Yep, because one job was an actual full-time job, and the other job he was doing on the side because he was big with the band. So he was doing he was teaching music on the side and doing his real job and going to school.
Okay, so was he going to school on the campus or online?
Oh, on the campus.
So he was going to So how did he have a full-time job, a part-time job, and being in school full-time? On campus, you're designated to be there on certain days. How did he do all that with a full-time job and a part-time job? That's impossible.
Now he was working overnight. He was working overnight. And then he would go to school by, I think his last class, well, the most recent schedule that I remember was his last class got out at 1:30. So from 1:30 until whenever he had to go to work at night, we were at home, resting up. And he only did the side job 3 days out of the week. That was only 3 days out of the week. So, and he was just volunteering, to help out somebody else, and they were paying him for it. So when I say job, it was kind of like a job, but not really a job.
Okay, but you did say that he had a full-time job and was in school full-time, right? So how did he have time for you? When did he sleep? Because school, what was a full-time schedule like for him? Was he going to school every day, 2 days a week?
I had a job too. I had a job as well up until my last trimester. I worked. So when I got home from work, he was there. And that didn't go on forever. Let me say that. It didn't go on forever.
Hold on. Let me stop you. You said when you got home from work, he was there. So he wasn't at school or at his regular full-time job? I'm confused.
Yeah, full-time job is overnight. Classes start at 9:15. And this is just the most recent schedule. Because remember, this was 20 years ago. My child is 20. So if it's fuzzy, please don't charge to my head. Don't charge to my heart. But he was working overnight. He goes to school in the mornings. His last class is at 1:15, 1:30 or something like that. So he was getting out of school, coming home to rest so that he can go to work at night.
So when did he go in to work?
He was working at 12.
Okay. So when he would get home at, you said 1:15?
Yeah, that's just, it depends on what day it is, because of course Monday, Wednesday, Friday is different.
And then you would get home at what? The standard time, 5?
Yeah, depending on what time we got done with paperwork and everything.
He would still be awake, even though he had to go to work at midnight. He would stay up, wait for you. How did you guys spend time?
Because he didn't stay up.
Okay.
Oh, no, he didn't stay up.
So basically, when you got home from work, he was damn near asleep because he had to do his night job, correct? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if I were you, that would be a huge red flag because of time. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't give a man a baby if he can't give me his time to be there for the baby. It sounds to me like you had a hard-working man that was doing all this. He wouldn't have had time to be a full-time father when he's in school full-time working he barely sees you. And you still had to work up until you almost gave birth. So that would have been a red flag to me before getting pregnant with a man like that. I would have waited until he finished school, because then that's one thing off of the plate. I'm not judging you, but I grew up without a mother and grandmother, and nobody had to teach me that. So all I'm saying is that would have been a huge red flag unless I was dickmatized. Now, if I was dickmatized, then all that goes out the window. And I tell women it's okay to admit that. He was able to, make me think of other things where I really wasn't thinking about the responsibilities. Again, what I'm trying to say to you is, it sounds like this man wouldn't have had time to be a full-time father to you. But then you said after you gave birth, that's when he moved out of state, right? Mm-hmm. So when did the chant come about? What made you say, I'm going to go on TikTok and because I know people that know you knew you were talking about him, correct? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How did he feel? Did he see the chant? I would like to know how his response was.
Okay. So the first question that you said something about checks. What checks? Child support checks?
No, I said, what led to you doing the chant?
Oh, the chant. I'm sorry. Okay. So I'm so used to calling it a cheer. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean the cheer. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're fine. It's all over the place. So really, and I'll be honest with you, this is something that I quite vaguely remember. So around this time, my child was about 14, 15 years old. My child was in band. My child did basketball and she did track. I got my child to contact her father because I didn't talk to him. My child had an iPhone from the time she was 10 years old up until today. So I feel like at that point, I don't have to talk to him. You can talk to your father. If you need something, you call him and ask him. She needed $150 for a physical. Now, remind you, I had already paid all her band stuff. I had already paid all her basketball stuff. She's living in my house, eating, sleeping, and shitting in my house. Cool. I'm taking care of everything, and that's fine. But can you please help me with her track stuff? She now wants to do track. She needs a physical. He got an attitude about that. You got a problem with that because I'm calling you. You got to understand, you're not paying the $103 a month that you are supposed to be paying. That could at least help go towards it or something. My whole thing with him was, I'm doing everything. The least you can do is help. All I need you to do is help. Like her phone bill is $125 and your payment's only $103. Like, dude, you can't help me do nothing.
Okay, so I just want to pause you right there. I just wanted to respond to someone's comment. Some Lion 917 said, "You can't." I just pinned it. You should be able to see it on the screen.
I don't know. I'll let you read it.
Okay,
I'll let you
so
read.
Lion 917 said a hardworking man is not a red flag. Lion, that is absolutely correct. That wasn't the red flag I was talking about. His time is the red flag. If I have
Right.
a boyfriend and he's in school full time and he's working full
Mm-hmm.
time, and then when I get off work, he sleep because he has to go in at night. How would he be able to help
Mm-hmm.
me with the baby when he has to be sleeping to go into his job and then go into school after that? He wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
time to be there for me that at the time I
Mm-hmm.
need him to be. So I would not
That's
produce a
true.
child with this man because right now his time is limited. I'm respecting his
Mm-hmm.
time and I'm respecting my
Mm-hmm.
vagina at the same time. So what I'm
Yep.
saying is if he wasn't in school and he was working full time, now we can talk about having kids. That's what I meant, Lion.
Mm-hmm.
Not the fact that this
Right.
man was a hard worker at one point and doing this thing. I appreciate a black man or a man in general who's
Mm-hmm.
in school and working. That's hard to do. I have 4
Mm-hmm.
degrees. So I know all about trying to turn in your assignments by midnight, and then you have to do a job that has a
Mm-hmm.
quota every month. So again, I lived that. I lived it. So that wasn't the red flag I was talking about, Lion. I hope that helps. Go ahead, Miss Caution. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. So yeah, like I said, back to the whole situation with him. Me and I, of course, everybody. Some people are against abortion. Some people are for it. At the time, I was terrified of an abortion. People keep talking about, oh, well, why would you keep it? People also bring up, oh, well, give the child to him. Well, she's 20 now, and she belongs to the army, so I can't give him anything. People keep forgetting that. Oh, that's why you're not a wife. I was a wife. He died. And so when it comes to my child's father, what I'm saying, I don't have anything towards him. Right before that cheer aired, I hit my breaking point because I'm literally being a superhero over here. I'm doing my part and yours 80% of the time. And when I need you that 20% of the time, you can't be there for me or my baby.
Okay.
Let me take that back. I'm not going to say be there for me. I'm going to say be there for the baby before I get a text. Be there for your child.
And that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say
be there for your child.
Okay, so let
be
me
there
ask
for
you
your
this.
baby. Mm-hmm.
You said that he only was obligated to pay $103 per month. Is that correct?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
what kind of job did he have? The same job he had when he was in school full time? That full time, or did he end up getting a different job? Did his pay change?
When he left from where we were living at the time, when he moved back upstate with his mom, I don't know what he did. After I left, after his mom did what she did to me up there, I came home and I didn't speak with him no more after that. Because I can't at this point, I'm gonna take my energy off you and focus on your kid. Because you're not gonna do it. Your mom's certainly not gonna do it. So let me go and do whatever it is that I need to do to take care of our child. Let me go do that. So I haven't spoken to this man in over 10 years. We haven't exchanged words in over 10 years. None.
So the child support didn't tell you, because the reason why I know this is I know what child support does when they send people letters, or if they do like consideration after they look, like say that a man gets a raise at a job and now he's making more. When they do their quarterly reviews, that woman might get an increase because now his pay has increased, especially if he owes back child support. So what I'm asking you, they never told you his job, because usually they would tell you that in the hearing. They would put that on the paper. Here's what the dad makes. Here's what the custodial. They break it down.
And see, we went to court. We went to child support court. I'll say, and I'm just guessing honestly, because it's been a very long time. I'll say it was like 3 years before that. The first time we went to child support court, they I don't know if they threw it out or something, or because I hadn't gotten food stamps, something like that, and they told me that I had to come back. And it was all over the place as far as what they were going to pay me, because I don't know if they didn't know where he worked or if he quit his job. I honestly don't even know at that point. I honestly don't, because
because when we determine child support, it's determined on what he makes, his expenses. We ask
right.
So if they determine 103, that would mean that he probably doesn't have a high paying job. And you said, well, he should have been able to pay that. Well, I don't know what he did for a job, because you don't even know. So I'm just saying most men, unless they're on unemployment or they're getting benefits or something, 103 is kind of low. So he must not have had a high paying job. But what I'm trying to explain to you is that you said that that's what he was obligated to pay, and now he owes back child support, and you don't even talk to him. Let me ask you a question. I know this might make you mad, and I don't want to set you off. What do you think that you did that caused this? Because I know that he did this and he did that, but when you're able to admit what you did, well, you know what, Daphne, I did have attitude. The reason why I'm saying I know it takes two is because you made that video. When you're mad, that's what you do. So I'm sure he made you mad like that plenty of times in that apartment. So what do you think you did that could have maybe fixed the situation before it got to where it got to?
In all honesty, and as bad as I hate to say it, I guess getting pregnant. Let's start there. I should have been, more mindful. Of course, you can't do things that you're not taught. I didn't come from a family that gave me the sex talk and talked about this and how men are doing this and you got to get your life together. I didn't have that guidance when I was, coming up or whatever the case may be. And I'm not using that as an excuse, but I guess the first thing would be having a baby. Because yes, I could have aborted it like so many women did, but I was scared to do that. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't. So I'll admit having the baby, or whatever the case may be. And I guess, I don't know. And I'll take your whatever you say. Like, what do you feel like I could have done differently?
No, I don't know you. What I'm saying is when I talk to women, they admit, you know what, Daphne, I wasn't shit either. I was combative with him. I complained. What I'm saying is, in your household, if I had to put myself in your position 20 years ago, I would be mad at my man if I never saw him. And if I never saw him that much, we're not fucking that much. And I'm not going to give you a child. I would have knew right then and there, this man is stretched really thin. I'm going to wait till this man graduates from college. And then we can talk about, moving forward with having a baby. I'm not saying that you're wrong for what you did. You had to have been in your teens, right? Were you that young? Because you don't have to tell me your age if you don't want to.
I don't really know how old I was. My daughter is about to be 20 in July and I'm 39. 19.
Girl, I'm about to say 19? You scaring me right now.
What?
Okay, so you was 19. Okay. I'm like, you don't know how old you was. I mean, all you gotta do is minus it.
I had to do that math real quick, honestly, because I really I don't know. And I need to get my face out of these comments. I can't look at these comments.
That's the thing. You're okay. Look, you have to. One thing I would tell you, you have to stop looking at comments. People are gonna say whatever they want. And you know what? We're also going to give these people that have so much to say in the comments the opportunity to talk to you. Not in a disrespectful way, but people have questions because, again, what we're hearing is that you're the father of your first kid. He was working, going to school. That's rare, especially 20 years ago, right? Since they speak so bad on men. Men don't do shit. They don't take care of their responsibilities. All they do is bash men. Now, men have been getting bashed a lot, especially in child support. I went to court. I've seen how these women switch up the wigs, come in there with these tears, and they were just at the Freaknik the last week. So what I'm saying is I was able to read these liars, and I was able to save a lot of homes. What I'm telling you is that in your situation, you had the red flags. The man didn't have time. Yep. So imagine, let me ask you this. When you did have the baby, how often was he there for you and y'all child?
Now, at the time, she would go there every summer with his mother. Now, of course, he was living with his mother. Now, of course, when I come home, my child has, when my daughter comes back from being out of town with him and his mother visiting for the summer, she would have everything to say. Oh, me and my grandma did this. Oh, me and my grandma, we did that. Me and my grandma had ice cream. Okay, well, what did you and your dad do? So, we had a pretty good relationship to a certain degree, but once he moved up there, it was a whole different world. It was a whole different ball game. So
now let me you said your daughter, does she resent him? Does she hate her father? Be honest.
Oh, do I have to be honest?
Yes, you have to be honest.
She hates his guts, bro. Like she don't. My
daughter. Now, hold on. We're gonna chop this up. Hold on, Miss Caution. Okay, so she hates his guts. Now let me ask you this. Do you think you aided in that hate? Do you think she fed off of your negative energy? Be honest.
Being perfectly honest, no. And I put that on my life right now. And I'm gonna say this, Daphne, because I wasn't on his behind the way I needed to. That's why he continued to do what he did. I have text messages and screenshots in my phone right now. My daughter went to his page and saw him feeding his girlfriend dog, and the girlfriend said, "Oh, they're waiting on daddy to drop a treat." My child sent that to me and said, "Mama, this is what I be talking about. I guess I got to be a dog." I got these screenshots in my phone.
Okay, you're clapping. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
Take it. Wait, first, take a deep breath because you're getting upset. You're reliving all this.
And it's really because of my child. Because my child had to go through this. I didn't care. And and I told her, and I think she was like 14 or 15 at this time. And I told her, I got the text message in my phone. I got the screenshot. I said, "Baby, I'm sorry, but I cannot vouch for him anymore. I can't vouch. You're getting too old, and I can't hide what he's doing no more."
So let me ask you this, When you knew that your daughter, you said she was in her teens when she saw that video on Facebook, correct?
You said she what now? I'm sorry.
Did you say your daughter was in her teens, 14 or 15, when she saw that Facebook video?
Yeah, she was about 14, 15, I think, because that was 2018. Yeah.
Okay, was that the age where she started to really hate him, or was she younger than that?
No, she just recently started getting to a point where, we'll say it was like 10th or 11th grade. And I'll give you a little bit of a backstory on that if you don't mind.
Yeah, because a lot of people want to know why she hates him. Why she hates him so bad.
So my daughter, and y'all.
Hello?
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Okay. Take your time. Please stop looking at the comments.
I'm not looking at them.
Okay. Go ahead. Take your time.
So my daughter is, I'm sorry, hold on. My daughter's a snare drummer. My daughter has been playing snare drum since she was born because her dad played snare drum in college. He used to tap on my stomach when I was pregnant. He would put his drum pad on my stomach when I was pregnant. I'm like, she gonna be deaf, you tapping on her. So long story short, my daughter plays drums, and that is her only connection to her father, is that they both play drums. So around 10th grade, she had to pay for her drum kit, whatever the top portion of her drum kit is. And honestly, Daphne, I didn't have it. So I told her to call her father, because I know he knows more about it than me, because he was a snare drummer as well. And he didn't get angry with her. He didn't get mad with her, but we're just at a point right now where and my daughter, of course, she's in 10th grade. She's not stupid. You're not paying your child support. That's what it was, Daphne, a drum head. She had to have a new drum head because she was popping drum heads every day, because she's a beast snare drummer, like real talk. And he couldn't even do that for her. And my child came to me crying because she's like, Mama, I can't even ask him for the small stuff. Like, I don't understand. And I'm like, baby, just give me a minute. You know, I'm over here fighting, trying to handle life, do bills and everything, and do what it is that he can't do. Now, after he kept on doing that, and that happened so many times, after a while, she got burnt out. Because think about it, she's had an iPhone since she was in 5th grade. You can call her anytime. Then one time she broke her phone, and I had to get her a new phone. She had to get a new number because we couldn't port it. She texted him the new number. And I'll be honest with you, Daphne, I told her, don't text him no new number because he ain't gonna call it no way. I ain't gonna lie. I said that to her. She texted him to him anyway. She texted the number to him anyway. And then he called her. Well, no, he hit her on Facebook. And he said, I tried to call your phone. Did you get a new number? She texts you the new number. Why are you hitting her on Facebook when she texts you the new number? You know why? Because it's been 4 months since the last time you talked to your 15-year-old child, 14-year-old child. Like, dude, why is it that you can't just do? Don't do for me. You can leave me out of it. Just help your baby do the little bitty things that I can't do. Because I'm trying to do everything. And it hurts. The sadness and the anger comes from my child being hurt. I don't care nothing about my hurt. I've been getting hurt all my life. That don't bother me. I got raped by a 32-year-old man when I was 11. Can't nothing hurt me. But when it comes to hurting my kid, no. And the same way we talk about, and I'm going to say this and I promise I'm going to let you go. The same way we talk about how, what you post on social media is going to follow you forever. Everybody can see it. My daughter can see those comments that folks on all of these folks' pages talking about. She has sent a couple of them to me. She laughed about them. And we laugh about them together. She's like, Mom, you can't do that. You got to ignore these folks. Even my daughter can see these folks. Everything that's publicly being posted, my daughter can see these folks dragging her mama through the mud, and they don't even know what's really going on. You know, or whatever. And I get it, what you were saying. They were just dragging the cheer and not me as a person because they don't know me as a person. But still, my kid can see that too.
Okay, so I know you just said, first I want to say thank you for sharing all that. It's not easy coming on to a podcast and crying. And I think you needed to let those tears out. But one thing that you said it so quick and then you kept going. And then we will address this later because I definitely want to help you. You haven't healed from your trauma of what happened to you when you were young with that 32-year-old.
Nope.
And that's where, hold on, Queen. Hold on. Let me tell you why. You're still suffering. And because you have not healed from that trauma, anything that someone does to you in a bad way, they're going to feel some of that trauma. And the same thing that you're going through is what I went through as a child. When I lost my mother when I was in high school. I was a sophomore in high school. That next year, my grandmother passed away on my mother's birthday. And then 2 months later, my uncle committed suicide because that was his sister and his mother. So I had 3 funerals while I was in high school, and I never once got counseling. Instead, I graduated high school and I started cussing everybody out. Bitch this, bitch that. You can't touch me. I was hard. Oh, fuck you. I had a really bad, hold on, Queen. I had a really bad, ugly mouth, and I had an ugly ass energy. Nobody wanted to be around me. So because of what you went through when you were 11, you're still going through it now. Because when you threw it out there, I caught it and I kept it in my heart. You're still going through things you suffered by the hands of a man at 32 years old. You were 11 years old. Was it a black man?
Yep.
Okay. So you did not heal from that. And most young girls that I talk to who have been molested or raped, they become promiscuous. They sleep with a lot of men and they feel like that's a way of coping when it's not coping. And that's why I'm helping them now. So you need to heal from that hurt. Now, what I'm saying is, I'm not saying your baby daddy was perfect because I don't know him. I never got to hear his side. We only saw your side. But what I do know is you cannot sit here and tell me that some of that trauma you experienced, he didn't feel it. And let me ask you this. Did you ever even tell him that you went through that at 11 years old?
Nope.
See, those are things that you have to tell. So when I asked you, hold on. So when I asked you what you did, what you think you did, you said having a baby. No, you weren't completely honest. Had you have told him that, we don't know what he would have done. He probably would have had a soft spot. He probably would have said, baby, did you get any counseling? Let's get you counseling. Anything could have happened, but we would never know because you never told him. I always tell women, if you are suffering from something, that man has a right to know, because then that would allow him to say, I still want to deal with this woman. When I got with my husband, I told him I got my ass whooped for 3.5 years. I was stabbed. I was choked. I was beat. I was knocked unconscious. I told him my story and he still accepted me. He asked me, did you get help for it? And I told him no. He said, I'll help you. I'll help you by not treating you like he treated you. But I still ended up having a nervous breakdown and having to go to a hospital. What I'm saying to you, Miss Caution, you're going through a lot. You're still crying now. What I need you to understand is that you're strong, but at the same time, I feel like some of what your daughter is doing and feeling, it came from you. We feed off of our parents. If my mom was still alive and my mom was bad and she did us wrong, one thing my dad never did, he never bashed her. You know, my mom made mistakes. My mom made a lot of mistakes when we were kids. And my dad still accepted her. He never bashed her. When you said, well, go ask your daddy, you knew her daddy wasn't going to be able to get her that drum head. It's like you wanted her to feel your anger. You wanted her to say,
honestly, I wanted her.
Hold on, Queen. Hold on, I'm gonna give you the floor. Listen to what I'm saying. When you told her to ask your daddy, you knew he was not going to get that drum head. You already knew that he was doing wrong because you told her to ask him when you could have asked, right? So when she asked and got rejected, she then fed into your negative energy. Yeah, Mom, he can't even do the little things. Now y'all both angry. That's where that hate starts. It's not that he can't do the little things. You knew that he was this way and you still sent your daughter that way. That's the biggest mistake that parents make. You know that the parent is fucking up and you'll still send your daughter or your son into the line of fire. Why? When you could reach out and say, look, she needs a drum head. Either we can go half, let me know. But I would never send my child when I already know the answer. You knew he wasn't going to give her the drum head. Am I right? Yes or no? I just said a yes or no.
The only reason why I'm going to say no is because the way I told her was not like that. Oh, go ask your daddy. I don't have it. Go ask your daddy. No, I said, babe, honestly, this is right. Let the Lord take my next breath if I am lying. I told her, baby, I can't do everything. Because think about it, Daphne. She was doing band and basketball. I paid all those fees. If you're going to do extra stuff, okay, and I got to pay the extra stuff too. Okay, for the little things, can you ask your dad? And he could have asked his mom. It was like $20-$30. You could have got that from your mom or somebody. You could have got it from one of your friends if it's for your daughter. I've never been that person, Daphne. I swear to God, hold on one second. I've never been that.
Before the drum head, before she asked him for the drum head, was he actively paying child support? Yes or no?
He has never actively paid child support.
Okay, so look, when I ask you a question, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Just say yes or no. Did he pay child support before she asked him for that drum head?
No.
Okay. Did he ever give you any money for your daughter before she asked him for that drum head?
Yes.
When?
And see, that's the reason why I don't know how to answer the question, because he pays his child support sparingly. I never know when it's going to come in. So
okay, but you just said he didn't.
Know,
okay, well, hold on. At the time of her asking him for the drum head, was he actively paying child support?
No.
When she asked him for that drum head, how long ago was it that he made a payment to you?
I have no idea.
Okay, so why? Okay, so do you see where I'm going? Why would you tell her to ask him if he ain't done shit consistently? Does that make sense?
If he's not paying child support, then he should have room to buy a drum head. You ain't paying no child support.
Okay, Queen, you're not listening to what I'm saying. If I had a child with a man and he was not paying child support consistently, he'd give me $10 here, $5 here. There's no way I would tell my daughter, ask him if he can get you a drum head, because he's not consistent. He's an inconsistent motherfucker in my book. So I would never send my daughter to an inconsistent person, because it's a 50-50 chance he ain't gonna give her shit, because he ain't gave me shit. So what I'm saying is, you sent her to the line of fire knowing he was not consistently paying you, Queen. That's what I'm saying. And could he have been resenting her because of you? That's my question. Because usually when I talk to women, they allow me to talk to the men too. I want to get both sides. Now, what if he says you were loud? You were masculine. You had a lot of anger. Whenever he made you mad, you had so much emotion. I would believe him, because I look at, hold on, Queen, because you're getting mad over comments. So I'm asking myself, if this 39-year-old woman is getting pressed over comments from people that she shouldn't even give a fuck about, then I wonder 20 years ago, how was she? Right? Because you're supposed to grow as you get older, but you're still acting like you did when you were 19 in my book, because you're like, hold on, I'm still looking at the comments. I wouldn't give two shits about what people had to say about me. That means I'm popping, unless they make fun of, my dead relatives. Then we got a problem. What I'm trying to show you, Miss Caution, because you're older than me, what I'm trying to show you is that you're still living in that time when you were 19, because these comments wouldn't mean shit to you. You know what kind of woman you are. So why would the opinion of a stranger make you mad? So if that's telling me that now, that 20 years ago, I honestly believe you aided into some of this resentment from him. Some of this was you. Like I said, when I was your age, when I was 18, I had a foul mouth. I was the reason for some of my beatings too. Now, a lot of women would say, he still doesn't have a right to hit you. That's true. But I knew what would press this man's buttons. I knew calling him a bitch ass nigga. I knew saying that he was a broke bum. I knew saying that he was a weak ass motherfucker. I knew that would make him choke me out. I just knew my mouth was powerful. You might be able to hit me and break my jaw, but I'm still going to call you a bitch ass nigga. So I aided into some of my beatings. Did I deserve to be hit? No. But I'm not going to sit here and say I couldn't walk away. I could have walked away. I could have said I'm not even going to aid into his anger. I aided into it because it made me happy. I was a mean motherfucker. So I'm admitting my wrong. So I need you to admit you're wrong too. I honestly feel like you were aggressive. I feel like you were masculine. I feel like you had an attitude because of what you went through. It's not your fault. You didn't get no counseling for it. So if you keep that bottled up inside, someone's going to be the recipient of it. And that was him. And you might not know this because y'all don't even talk. See, you have to talk to people to know what you did wrong. That's how we grow. And I think you and him should have a talk. And I want to organize that with you, because even though that might be something you never want to do, but you never told him something so deep that you went through as a baby. You were 11. Caution, you were 11. Men need to know what you went through, because he would have probably moved differently. He probably wouldn't have even wanted to make a baby with you yet until you got healing. See what I'm saying? So again, some of this you have to take ownership for, Miss Caution. Go ahead.
What you believe, we never argued. We never argued. And the thing about him is that he's one of those calm individuals. We never argued. I put that on my child's life. We may have had disagreements, but we never argued. We never had that negative environment. Like those females who like to get their finger and tap on the top of the head and talk loud and, I bet you won't hit me. Like on Baby Boy. Definitely on my mama's life, let the Lord take me right now. I never did that to him. Never.
Okay, you said you had a problem with his mother. Did you ever have a disagreement with his mother?
Now, me and his mama, Daphne, that's a different story. Because
let me ask you this. Before you got pregnant, was his mom mean to you?
Nope.
So it was when you got pregnant, she was mean to you?
No, she wanted a blood. She came and told me, and I know I'm gonna say this, which is gonna give away where he's from. Oh, somebody told me that wasn't his baby. I'm just trying to figure out if that's really his baby or not. Listen, oh, definitely. I can't wait until we talk further outside of this so I can give you his information. You can contact him if you want to.
No, here's
that
the thing.
Lady,
I want this is my plan.
Oh Lord, this lady literally, and she didn't have an attitude about it, but she just wanted a blood test, which is fine. Do she want a blood test today the way they look like twins? No. And I know twins don't make nobody they daddy or whatever, but she don't have no problem with it now. So before I got pregnant, I went to go meet her a couple times. We didn't have no issues. And we didn't have issues when I had the baby, but the problem was she got angry with me because she wanted what she was doing to hold the place of what her son was not doing. And she got upset with me because I'm like, okay, just because you're doing this doesn't mean he shouldn't be there. It's not even about money. It's about him just being there as her father. It ain't even about no money. He still needs to be there. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we split ways, because this her precious son, whatever the case may be that way. But back to what I was originally saying, we never had no falling out where I hate you and we never had that. I never pushed him away. Like,
you're saying that his mother became, weird after. And I know a lot of people who get in relationships, they mama will tell you in the beginning if she fucks with you or not. You can tell if she's not inviting you to stuff. If she gives you that look, you can feel it. So you're telling me that his mom made you think that she liked you until you got pregnant and then she wanted a blood test? Mothers don't do that. That's old school. They're going to tell you straight up, I don't like her. You know how mothers are. That's their baby. My husband's mom didn't say, hi, Daphne, I'm so happy to... I had to show her who I was first, because this is her son. This is her baby. And then after like 30 minutes of us talking, she said, I love her. This is a good woman. She knew I was a good. So what I'm saying is, or she would have been like, yeah, I don't like her, because that's what mothers do. They don't hide that type of stuff, right? So you're telling me that
especially not Southern moms.
She hid that from you until you had the baby. That's weird.
And we only had 2, maybe 3 interactions before I got pregnant. Because like I said, they live out of state.
Oh, okay.
Because he lived here and she lives, out of state. So I didn't go up there with him. Like, I went up there more with her once I got pregnant, and I was trying to start a life there with him. So that's when it kind of went left. Like, I don't know if she thought I was trying to make him be a father to a baby that might not have been his, or I don't know where her mindset was, because I haven't had a conversation with her either. But like I said, when it comes to him or whatever the case may be, I guess I can say this, Daphne. The woman that my boyfriend is dealing with, I've never been that woman. My boyfriend is being tortured. His baby mama works at child support, and she is torturing him. So I deal with both sides of it. Oh, you posted her? Don't come get your son this weekend. Oh, you still dealing with her? Man, you got beef.
Okay, so hold on. Right now, you're currently in a relationship. That's what you're saying?
I'm in a relationship.
Okay,
now, I don't put it on social media, but I am in a relationship.
Okay, hold on. And that man also has kids?
Yes.
How many?
3.
Same woman? I can't hear you.
No, ma'am.
Okay, how many baby mamas does he have?
2.
Okay, so when you got with him, he has 3 kids by 2 women.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what makes you stay with him since he's dealing with this woman who absolutely hates him?
This woman came out after, what was the first post that was made? I don't even remember, because I don't even know how she got my social media. This woman was stalking me to death. Like, she wasn't saying anything to me. She wasn't doing this. She wasn't doing that. But she was bringing my social media back to him. Oh, she on her page talking about somebody that's 6'6". She got to be talking about you. Oh, I see that she was in aerobics classes. I see she was in your class. So she be supporting you, don't it? So she started with me. I don't even know this woman at all. I don't know her at all.
But what I'm asking you is, what makes you stay with this man knowing that he has a crazy baby mama? That's what I'm asking you.
Because the same kind of man that you were saying, I had him in my head when you said something. This man is my heart. This man is my soul. This man encourages me. This man tells me to come in my house and don't speak, because I know you got an attitude. Sit down. This man comes in here and says, listen, I understand that you're frustrated, but sit down and figure out what you're going to do. Take out the time. This man actually caters to me mentally. He caters to me physically. He caters to me spiritually. So why should I push him to the side because he got a crazy baby mama?
Okay,
You
so
know,
hold on. The reason why I'm asking you that's because you said he has 2 baby mamas. So
yes,
so if you were to do you see this man being your husband one day?
yes, yep.
Okay. So what I'm saying is if you have a woman that's a part of him harassing you and works for the state, how come you haven't reported her? She's a state employee, and the things that she's doing, that's a conflict of interest. She shouldn't be bothering
Yep.
you. You should have been able to report her and have her fired. Did you try that?
No, I haven't. I didn't want to do
Why?
anything because
You don't want to upset him.
Well, see, the thing about it is when I do things, okay, think about it, Daphne. She's holding his son from him because of what I posted. She'll hold his son from him because of what he posted. He's a photographer on the side. So he posts the photo shoot that we did, and she tells him, don't come get your son this weekend. I haven't jumped on her ass because he tells me not to. Because every time I blink, she punish him.
Okay,
you know, so I don't know how to, that's probably something that we're gonna have to talk about later because I don't want to bring her or him into this.
Okay, no, I understand. What I'm saying, what I'm trying to get out of this is that, you know, I'm already seeing red flags in your current relationship because if I had a crazy baby mama who's using the kid as a pawn, eventually he's going to have to decide between you and his child. He's going to have to kiss her ass to see his child. And that's not a relationship I would want my boyfriend to have with his child if I know I went through that. How about this, right? So what I'm trying to, you don't have to explain their names or nothing. I know state employees that do what you're saying she's doing, she should be fired. You guys should be blocking her on all your social medias. And if she's creating new Facebooks to find out your new location, that is harassment. Working for the state and using your kid as a pawn, she can be fired. It's so easy to have her fired. If you told me where she works, if you told me where she, I still have morals, I can put in the call. I love getting people fired that are doing wrong. What I'm trying to tell you is, this is a red flag for you, Queen. Most women would say, he loves me. And because he loves me, he said, but I'm looking at him already having 2 failed relationships and kids out of it. So that would tell me, I need to make sure that this man is wholeheartedly in this relationship. And a man that's wholeheartedly in it is going to block her on all platforms and report her and have her fired. That's what he needs to do. Now, she's already going to use this kid as a pawn, so it's a lose-lose. I'm just saying, a peace of mind.
And she flip-flops, Daphne. Okay, like prime example. The week before Thanksgiving, she told him that she wanted to sit down with me to apologize. That's what he said that she wants to do. I do apologize, but I don't need your apology. Change behavior would do me just fine. You don't have to apologize to me. And I couldn't talk to her right then because I was dealing with my own mental health issues that I won't even elucidate on this. I'm not going to even, we'll talk about it later. But I was dealing with some mental health issues right then with my Army child. She had a problem. You know, my child's a paratrooper and she fell out of the plane, slammed into the ground. She was unconscious. I can't deal with your apology right now because I'm being a mom over here. My daughter had to go to the hospital because she jumped out of a plane and her reserve didn't come out and she slammed into the ground, connected with somebody else's long story. But anyway, I'm dealing with my own shit. So I can't deal with your weak ass apology right now that you didn't have to do what you did to me. So you didn't have to be apologizing in the first place. I forgave you before you did the shit, Stink. Hell, I forgave you while you was doing it because I'm not that type of bitch to hold nothing. No, I'm not going to do that. So
let me ask
when
you
I
this.
rejected her apology, he told her that she can't do it right now. She got an attitude.
Does your boyfriend pay child support for those kids? For 3 kids?
Yes. Hell,
all 3 kids? And you said you helped pay too?
I've helped pay it before.
Wow. And you don't think that's a red flag?
And with me, and I'll be honest with you, this just could be me. But how much a man makes don't do it for me. Because, and I'm just, now I got to take it a little bit personal. I got a man that makes 7 figures that want to be with me so bad. I've been knowing him 20 years. I can't be with you, Pumpkin, because I'm not happy with you. I could be in a G-Wagon and depressed. I'd much rather be in this old Benz I'm driving and be happy over here with him mentally than to be over here with you rich and depressed. I can't do that. So his money don't mean nothing to me. As long as you being the father that you need to be, that's fine. You can do that because he makes his money. He do what he got to do. We do dates, we do this, we do that. My tubes are cut in half and burned shut. So I'm not having no more motherfucking kids. So we're good on that. You know, it ain't gonna always be like this. You know what I'm saying?
You said the first baby daddy was only obligated to give you 1 or 3, and he couldn't give you that. But you don't even know if he even had a job. Did you ever confirm if he was even working? What if he wasn't working? And all this time you were mad at him. What if he wasn't getting any income? Because you don't even know what he did. Do you know what any jobs that he did?
I did. At one point I did.
Okay,
At one
so
point I did when
at
he
the
was
time
here.
when he was
Because once
supposed to
he
give
moved
you
out of state, it was gone. And when he moved out of state, I don't know what he was doing.
So what I'm saying is, what if he was unemployed and that's why you didn't get any child support? You guys never communicated, so we don't even know what he did for a living.
Right.
No, they
Right.
will still set an amount. It's up to him to tell
Mhm.
them, hey, I'm not working or I am working, right? And then
Right.
that's how back child support accumulates. What I'm saying is, men that owe back child support doesn't necessarily mean that they're a deadbeat dad. I spoke with
Right.
men who were put on child support without their knowledge. I spoke with athletes who were still in college when these women put them
Mhm.
on child support because they thought this man was going to the NFL or NBA. And the whole time
Mhm.
while he's in college, only getting school checks do not
Yep.
count as work income. He's
Mhm.
accumulating child support. Then he graduates and he already owes $3,000 and he's a deadbeat dad. So I've seen
Mhm.
men, and women know what to do. Women will put a man on child support and have the letter sent to his grandma's house, knowing he don't even live in that state,
Mm-mm.
instead of having it sent to his dorm that sent it to grandma. And grandma doesn't
Right.
open up his mail. So women know
Mhm.
how to do shit. So it's possible that men could be on child support and not even know it. But what I'm trying to say to
Yeah.
you is,
Now
if you
we
had
went to court
communicated,
together too. Mhm. The
but
first
if
time
you had,
we went together.
you said y'all hadn't spoken in 10 years. What if you had spoken to him and said, why did you fail me and your daughter? Why did you fail us? What did I do? And you could have probably got that answer from him. Well, look, you did this, you did that. Or he could have said, you know, it wasn't you, it was me. I was a piece of shit. We don't know because you never communicated with him. And I think that's your biggest thing. What you did do was you put that that cheer out there 5 years ago, and now you got young kids saying it. Let me ask you this. Do you think it's cute when young kids that are like grade school age are saying, baby daddies, pay your child support? Do you think that that's cute? Because
No, that's
I
not
don't
cute
see
at
the
all.
humor.
That's
I don't
not
see
cute
the
at
humor.
all.
Maybe because I'm old, but the reason why I don't see the
You ain't
humor is
old. You
because,
told me I'm older than you.
right. But what I'm trying to say is, because we know that that's not a positive influence on kids. We shouldn't be teaching them, because they start there and then they get older and they're like, motherfucker, you better pay all my bills. It goes from your cheer to something a lot
Right.
worse. And what I'm trying to explain to you is that you said your daughter hates him. And I feel like that's your job to fix that, because you don't have to share that anger with your daughter. She's a girl.
Mm-mm.
And if you said, well, listen,
Yep.
he did me wrong. He did you wrong too, but that is still your father. He still helped me create
Mhm.
you. We're still, now,
Yep.
even if you hate him, I still want you and him to reconnect. I honestly think
Mhm.
you should have got counseling for that young girl, and she wouldn't hate him today if you got her.
Now, and I'll be honest
Hold
with
on,
you too.
Queen. The reason why I think you should have got her counseling, you know what you went through and how you turned out without the counseling. So if you would have gotten her counseling when she was young, I don't think she would have hated him. She would have said, you know what? If he's going to treat my mother like that, I'm going to love him from a distance. But saying I hate the man that helped create me, that's a powerful emotion that we should never teach our kids. Because your daughter's going to have anger issues. You just said she does. So as soon as somebody says something that triggers her, she's going to use that drum head and knock some heads out. You don't want that. You don't want that. I was angry, and it took someone telling me, you need to shut your fucking mouth. Your mouth is really bad. It hurt me, but I got it. You feel me? So do you think if you would have gotten her counseling, do you think she would still hate him the same as she does today?
Well, she has had, I don't know. Now, I don't know if this counts. You tell me if this counts or not. When my husband died, we all went to counseling. I don't know if that's a different type of counseling, because her
that's
real
called
father
grief
was
counseling.
brought up.
So
Right.
what
But her
you
real
did was
father
grief
was
counseling.
brought up. Right. We did discuss her real father in that situation, or whatever the case may be.
She needs,
but
I need to speak with your daughter. And here's the thing. I'm willing to counsel your daughter with your permission. I want to talk with your daughter. And I want to help her. I want to reroute her. She can be saved. She's still young. I would need your permission.
Good, but
hold on, Queen. She would need individual with you not being there, because she's not going to be honest with you there. And then I want to give you individual counseling for free. I want to help you. What you did with your daughter was grief counseling. That's what I went through for 3 years to get over my mother's death, even though she was already gone, because I didn't heal. When you don't heal, you swallow that, it stays in you, and you take it out on everybody, and you might not see yourself doing that, but you do. When you came at me in my inbox, I felt your anger, because you were angry at the wrong person. I'm not the only one that shared that. Miss Lady, that TikTok went more viral than just my little page. You had pages with
that's
millions.
not my TikTok,
but
right?
Hold on. You said, huh?
The video with Slim Thick, that's not my video. I just posted this video in January because everybody kept attacking me. Whoever that was that posted it and it said 7 million views, that's not my video.
Oh no, I knew that wasn't you. But what I'm saying is, you told me that you started inboxing all these pages and asking them to take it down and give you credit.
Yeah.
My thing is, when you post it public, it's free game. Anybody can use your content without your permission if it's public.
And see,
You don't
I didn't
have a
even
right
want
to
them
say
to.
take it down. The only thing they cannot do is put their watermark on your stuff. Then you can copyright them. You can strike them. That's easy. But
Yeah.
understand that when you do that, it might do better on their page because that's what they post. That's what they like to
Right.
post, you know? So
Mhm.
I feel like
And I didn't even
because
want them to take it down because I didn't want them to take it down because of clout or trying to get tagged. I just got tired of seeing it. Like I went through this whole thing the first time it posted, which I get what you're saying. I can't control what they post, but you know, I just wanted them to take it down because it was all striking back up again. And then when it kept striking back up, then I posted it myself. I said, well, shoot, let me just beat my own self up then.
But here's the thing. I honestly think that, and look, before I'm about to speak and say some things you don't want to hear, I just need you to please be quiet and let me say what I'm about to say. Then I'm gonna give you the floor.
Okay.
I honestly think you love the fact that it came back out again because that gave you the clout that you wanted. When you posted this video in September of 2018, you knew exactly what it was going to do. You hit 83,000 views on your Instagram. So if this video was so traumatizing for you, you would have deleted it off of Instagram. You would have deleted it everywhere and you would start reporting people. You wouldn't repost it unless you want that clout again. At the end of the day, when people get upset when they see their stuff all over, you knew that was going to happen when you posted it public. You can't sit here and tell me that you didn't know that when you reposted the video, it was going to bring it back again. You knew it was going to do that and you wanted them to bring it back up. And you just told me earlier, I always go viral. So you like going viral too. It's when people disagree and they say, well, you ain't shit and we'll pull your lace wig off and she probably got 10 baby daddies. That's when you don't want to see it anymore. And you can't do that because everyone's not going to agree with you. A lot of my things go viral too. And what do they say about me? It's fake. It's fake. It's fake. And sometimes I entertain them. It's only when they go deep and say, well, that's why she lost her page. Then I entertain a troll.
Right.
But people call my shit fake every day. And if it was fake, I wouldn't have 20 to 30 reports a year. I can't be reporting myself for bullying. That makes absolutely no sense. So people that know me know it's real. So I'm starting to get used to saying, you know what? I'll just block this motherfucker so they don't have to see the fake shit, right? Because I know what it is. I know it's real. So again, I honestly think you feed off of this. You like the fact that people can reshare it. It's when they don't tag you and give you that respect that makes you mad. Because I'd be mad too. If you're going to use me and get attention, tag me so I can get some clout too. You're a comedian. The only way to get attention is to post stuff, let it go viral, and tell people to put your name on it, right? So again, I'm not going to sit here and say that I believe you when you say you were traumatized. Because on January 24th of 2023, you captioned it, I might as well get some more clout. And you reposted it on your Facebook. That's not somebody that's trying to heal from something they don't want to see anymore. So you get what I'm saying? Now go ahead.
So, okay. So the first thing you said was that you don't believe that you believe that I like the fact that it got reposted and brought back up.
Yes.
Do I like the fact that it's brought back up? Honestly, no. Do I like the fact that it could get me more followers? Of course. More followers means more money because I get paid from Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So of course I would like to have more followers, but not in a negative manner. So that I get what you're saying when you say that not everybody's gonna like you. It's cool with that. Kind of like I have a parent anthem out there. That was about just kids and how they broke and they ain't got, they always want a bride or whatever. It's hard to explain. You got to go look at the video. And I took that video down. But of course, that's because of what it did to people. I didn't like what it did to people, so I took it down. The child support cheer, I ain't gonna even lie. I wasn't finna go back that far on my page to try to take that cheer down. I probably could have, and I still can. But the thing about it is, even if I go way back there and take it down, it's still not gonna stop it from floating because it's 6 years old. So why not leave it up there? Let me help and let me help it, and then let me just go and let them come over here and attack me on my page, which they never do. They attack everybody's page, but they don't come to my page and attack me at all. Because normally when they come and attack me, I end up making a friend off of it because they find out the truth and the fact that I wasn't trying to be mean or rude. I was just making a joke, and I end up getting one more follower that actually is okay with what I'm doing. Okay, she's not crazy. She just did that because she was bored and she was mad at her baby daddy. Okay, cool. So to be honest, it's kind of a wishy-washy situation because no, I don't want to be bashed. But if you notice on my page, it ain't going nowhere. On TikTok, it ain't going nowhere, which is fine with me. I don't mind, but I did it out of anger. I'll be honest. I reposted it in January out of anger. Let's just go ahead and get it out there. And I got folks. Definitely folks was calling me, texting me, DMing me, messaging me on Facebook. Hey girl, you over here. Hey girl, you over here. Hey girl, you over here. I just blocked 3 cousins this morning. Don't send me that shit. I don't want to see it no more. I don't want to see it no more. Don't send it to me no more. And I don't mean it in a bad way. It's just like, I don't want to see it no more. Like, I'm dealing with my own shit right now. So I just don't want to deal with it no more. So to a certain degree, the getting me more followers, great. That'll be fine. But honestly, every time I hear child support get said, I get sick to my stomach. I'm so tired of hearing it. I don't even want to see it no more.
Didn't you do a video where you were trying to do one for baby mamas? Yes or no?
I did, and it went nowhere.
Hold on. You said yes, correct?
Yes.
Now, did that video do numbers?
Nope.
Okay. Do you know why it didn't do numbers?
Well, I have my opinion.
Okay, I'm hoping that we're on the same page. What's your opinion?
My opinion is that it's more bitter bitches out here than hardworking fathers.
Okay,
out here
wait.
Bitter about some of these fathers be hardworking, some of them don't. But it's more bitter bitches. It's more negativity. People, I think the world responds more to negativity than they do positive shit.
Thank you. You lost me a little bit when you said there's bitter.
I was getting there.
No, because you scared me. I was about to end the call. No, I'm just playing. No, what I'm trying to say to you is that there are a lot more bitter women out there, and there's even more good fathers. What I need you to understand, your experience isn't everyone's experience. Let me tell you, lately, men have been, hold on, Queen, men have been stepping up and taking care of their kids. But when their baby mamas are chanting, "Are you ready for a court?" That all that does is set us back, because we're the only race that do things like this to each other, and we're better than this. So even though you're saying, "I don't want to see this," and they're telling me you're here, you're going to continue to be there and there and there because you put it out there. But again, maybe you should have done a video saying, "Hey, follow up. This is me. This was my experience." But at this point, kids are already saying the chant. I didn't even know the video was 5 years old. But now that it's out there, hold on. Now that it's out there, you can't 4 days later retract and say, "Well, now I'm gonna do one for women." It doesn't matter, because you stood 10 toes down on bashing men for 5 years. That's the thing. So now they're like, okay, she's trying to save face. So people are gonna look at you as a negative, bitter person, because in that song you brought up his new girl, and that's how women live every day. Their man moves on, he leaves them, not the child, and all of a sudden, I got his whole world. So when you said that, one of my clients was like, "Daphne, her chant, it made me cry." I said, "Why?" She said, "Because I loved using my child as a pawn. I love telling all his bitches his daughter or his son is number one. I had that control over him. I felt like he can fuck whoever he wants, but when it came to me needing something, I had his whole world right here." And so whenever he did something I didn't like, I would threaten child support. So when I heard her chant, it brought me back to that bitter person I was. And it was all because he moved on. He didn't leave his son. He left me. And I didn't help the situation. I made it worse. So what I'm saying is, women will admit that. But there are far more bad mothers out there than bad fathers. If you go on my Instagram, every day I get sent videos of women putting their ass on their babies, breastfeeding their babies that are already 9-10 years old, doing the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. I've only gotten sent maybe 3 videos of men doing something bad, opposed to the hundreds of videos I get of women. So what I'm trying to tell you, Queen, is that you have to change your mindset. You're right. When you post negativity like baby daddies, women are going to love you. You're going to be their God. But when you're like me and you say, "Well, hey, you chose Pookie, not us. You opened your legs, not us," then I get the hate train. So again, if any woman is listening to this today, I always tell women, you have to acknowledge the red flags. Stop being dickmatized. Nowadays, these women get good dick and they don't know what to do.
Don't know how to act.
They don't care. So when they're done wrong, because they missed the red flags, now they want to bash this man who you knew was like this. You were just dickmatized. So again, your chant, it did do more harm to people, I think, than good. But again, you're now speaking your truth, but people are still going to have their revelations about you because you did it. You put it out there. So what I'm trying to tell you is, a lot of this hurt and anger comes from you not healing yourself. You shouldn't have even gotten in that relationship with that man that had the full-time job and the part-time job playing music, because you weren't healed yourself. And that's what women do. They take that trauma and bury it, and then they get with a man, and then when he does her wrong, he's going to get that trauma that I suffered when I was 11, right? So again, when you're mad, you create videos, when really you could have gotten counseling for you and your daughter. And I think you would have had a better outlook. So again, I'm going to now drop the link in the comments because I know people have some questions and I know your time is also important. So people, I am going to drop the link. Please be respectful. The minute you are disrespectful to Caution, I'm going to kick you off of the stream. It's not going to be a second guess. I just put the link in the comments. We can have up to 8 people. I want to give you guys a chance to ask her a question. Now, y'all were very vocal in these comments. If you disagree with Caution and you feel like she's capping, I need you to come on here and stand 10 toes down on that and tell her why you feel that way so we can come to an agreement. Okay? You know, when I drop that link, people run like roaches when you cut the lights on. So let's see if they'll be honest. Because what I'm trying to say to you, Caution, is that you can heal from this. And I'm hoping that I can help your daughter. I honestly feel like some of that hate from your daughter came from my mom is mad, so I'm going to be mad. And kids do follow what they see. They really do. She might tell you, go ahead.
And a lot of times it wasn't me being mad. It'd be me being disappointed. Like I didn't do a lot of screaming and yelling about her dad. I did a whole lot of crying though. I ain't do a whole lot of screaming and yelling, but I did a whole lot of crying. I cried many a days, and I tried not to cry in front of my kids, but I didn't do no cursing. Oh, I forget him, and he ain't shit, and da da da. It was more so like, damn, I'm doing everything. Please help, like literally. I didn't even.
So when you say that you were like, man, damn, please help. Please help to me would be me reaching out to someone asking for help. But when they see you doing a video, I mean, I know you said some of your friends that knew you laughed. Sometimes they're laughing at you, not with you. They probably was like, this dumb mother, because you got those fake friends that might tell you were right. And then when they go home to their friends, yeah, she a dummy for that. That's going to be detrimental. Her kid going to see that when her kid gets older. People do talk. That's what they do. They might tell you they support it, but they don't support that shit. I would never support. I would tell my friend, what are you doing? What are you doing? Nobody has to know your business, sis. Take that down. Let's go get some counseling. That's what but clearly you have friends that encourage the negativity, right?
Right.
Did any of your friends ever say, sis, you sound mad. This ain't like you. Come over my house, let's have some wine and talk. Did anyone in your circle ever tell you that after seeing that video?
I had one friend to tell me that.
Now, how many friends did you have at the time that were close? I mean, somebody you can call when you need something.
I would say 4. I would say about 4 people.
And out of those 4, only one reached out to you.
Only one said, girl, that girl. She's like, girl, take that shit down. And I'm like, I mean, shit, it is what it is. It ain't gonna change nothing. At the time, it's like, and what's crazy, after the child support cheer went viral, he started paying.
Wow. Okay.
He started
paying. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. So we have our first guest. Thank you so much, Daquan, for not being scared. A lot of y'all in the comments, I don't want to hear y'all working because I know y'all free to talk. But Daquan, we do have Daquan on here, and he has a question for you. Go ahead, Daquan.
I'm just testing my sound. 1 2 1 2. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, ladies. I was just chiming in on the podcast, just checking in on the scenario. Now, from my understanding, and a lot of the people in the chat were relatively agreeing with me, there's no sense of accountability just in general being addressed. And I think first and foremost, that needs to be just set in stone before moving forward. I mean, you don't really do something that devastating and that volatile to the point where it's going to cause somebody to react this way. First and foremost, we know as a proper condoners, we don't disrespect the dead whatsoever, period. They not here to defend themselves for that right alone. So it's not right for you to come at somebody over somebody's mother in that regard. I personally take disrespect to that. So me personally, I didn't like that move just from jump. It's very cowardly and it's very deceitful and very backstabbing.
Okay, hold on, Daquan. Caution wasn't the one that said that about my mother.
No, I understand. I understand
okay,
whether her. I'm just speaking
in.
Cool. No, I understand clarification on that. I'm just saying in general, that's something you just don't do.
Right. Facts.
But in regards to Caution's situation, I mean, it's really topsy-turvy. I understand how everything emulated and played out, but at the end of the day, you still chose to be with that person however you wanted to be with them. If it didn't play out the way it's wanted to play out, then it is what it is. That's sometimes how life goes. But to make it that detrimental to where I feel as if you're using your daughter as a weapon against that man, I'm not really digging that part. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, he still has his mind and he has to speak. That's half of the life that he created as well. So, I mean, give that man's at least the opportunity. I'm not saying that he might not have met you at the threshold to try and be a parent, but the opportunity has to be there in itself for the door to be open. Is it not?
No, you're right. Caution. What do you have to say to Daquan on what he just said?
So I'm trying to make sure I'm hearing it right. You said I was using my child as a weapon.
The way I'm seeing it, because the way I was raised, I know that energy gets transferred sometimes. You
Mm-hmm.
might not be had a I'm looking for the proper term. I'm sorry. As far as like biologically, certain instances, your hatred could stem out of how your baby father acted towards you. So now your actions are gonna be shown on how your daughter's gonna act towards him, because that's basically half of you. So regardless of how it's seen, she's gonna start deeming some type of hatred because of how you feel towards him. Y'all both have
Okay.
to come to a common ground so where y'all both could co-parent equally, to where y'all could both initiate the same kind of wavelength and energy, to where y'all both don't get the same adverse effect on her likeness or whatever the case is on her character or how she is as a person.
Well said, Daquan.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. Okay. Let me say this. Um, let me go back. So the man moved out of state when she was 2 days old. I was never that parent to say, don't come get your daughter. Don't come see your daughter. No, you can't get her. No, she can't come up there with y'all for the summer. She was up there every summer with him, with his mom, whatever the case may be. I've never been the person to try to keep that bond from them. That's the reason why I get, when she was in 5th grade, I bought her an iPhone. She got his number, he got her number. She can call him whenever she wants to, he can call her whenever he wants to. I've never kept him from her, is what I'm saying. So I don't really understand how it's a matter of me using her as a weapon, because I never wanted anything from him but for him to donate half of what it costs to take care of her, just like he donated half of his chromosomes. That's all I ever wanted you to do. So I'm not
I
sure
understand.
what I
I,
could have
I,
done
I
differently, after, and so not to cut you off, but after a while
hmm
of continuously, it's been times I vouched for that man. For Christmas, I said it's from mom and dad. I bought everything, but I put on there it's from mom and dad. Even if he contributed or not, it's times I did that, but nobody see that. I didn't make a cheer about it, so nobody knows that. It's been times where I will say, okay, well, you can't go to with your dad this summer because he got to work. Okay, go with your grandma. I didn't say your daddy didn't do this, your daddy couldn't do this, your daddy couldn't do that. I wish I could bring my daughter in this group chat. I really wish I could bring her here so she can talk. Like, I want to text her and see if she's available, because I never kept her from her dad, and I never kept her dad from her, ever.
Okay, hold on. Now, if your
okay.
daughter's willing to do that without any screaming and hollering, I'm sure
Oh
they
no,
wouldn't
she ain't
mind
gonna do
hearing your
that.
Oh
daughter's point.
no, we're all
As long as you
sensible
don't
adults.
tell
We
her
can
what
have
to
a
say.
reasonable conversation.
I can tell. If you try to warm her up, hey, say the daddy wasn't shit and he was never around. I
Oh
can break her
yeah.
down. So as long as you're cool with
Oh
that.
yeah. I'm gonna try to text her right now and see if she's available.
Okay, so the next person that can talk, go ahead, CB Film. You're next.
Um, all I wanted to say is I actually want to thank you. That video shows that unfortunately our women are willing to use the system to get what they want when they have an emotional fit.
That's what I'm
Um,
saying.
so like something that is in constant denial and amongst our circles is that unfortunately our women don't do this. Your video from 5 years ago that I believe was reposted demonstrates that y'all are willing to do it and y'all know exactly what y'all are doing and how y'all are doing it. And I can
That's what
understand
I'm
that you
saying.
and I get you're saying one thing, well, I never did this and I never did that. But when
That's
men when men see that type of energy, you know what I'm saying, and we are all my mama had that same energy. I'm pretty sure a lot of these black men seeing that same energy with women in
my
their
mama too.
family. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-uh.
So when you do that, you know what I'm saying, we're looking at that like, I know that
Dang.
energy. That
I'm
energy right
saying
there,
that
that's that
portrait's
bitter
already
stuff.
been
Okay, hold on.
painted. I see
So
the view
basically, hold on.
already.
Hold on. So
So
caution, I understood what he was saying. What he's basically saying is what you did is you called, like I told you earlier, you caused more harm than
Uh-huh.
good. Because these new
Yeah.
generation of women are gonna look at that and say, I got his whole world. Huh. You're
Mm-hmm.
In
giving
my
them
hands.
ideas on how to continue this negative trend, right?
Now
And
I
let me
have a
tell you, hold on. So I guarantee your video just went viral again. I guarantee you someone's going to make a video like you did, but 10 times worse. They're going to talk
Because
about
they're
how
gonna
they're taking
respond
money
to
from
it.
men, how they're robbing men. It's going to change. Just watch. But go ahead, Queen.
Now,
What are you going to say?
I have a question, and this is just me. Shouldn't your only daughter be your whole world?
But listen, hold on. When you
Hold
said
on.
no, ma'am,
I know it, and
Hold,
I know
hold on.
it came out.
hold on, Queen.
I'm gonna
Hold on,
say
Daphne.
no.
Can I
The way
ask?
you
Can I
said
ask?
it,
Can I answer this?
And let me say this too.
Can I answer this?
So the
Okay,
cheer.
hold on, let her
one
go.
second, Stink. Hold on.
I'll say
So
straightly
now
no.
the cheer was deprived from CelebriD or something like that. So the no ma'am came in because that was one of his signatures in his cheer. So I was really
Oh, God.
copying his cheer when the no ma'am
Okay.
came in. No ma'am.
Okay.
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 Now, but
Okay.
when
Okay.
I said
Can I
it,
hold on? Hold on. Hold on. Can I say?
I got his whole
listen,
world.
please.
Hold up.
Oh, I'm sorry. My daughter wants to come in.
Okay,
Hold
hold
on.
on. Y'all
Hold.
moving
Hold.
up a little too fast. Hold on. So you said when you said I got his whole world, you were saying it like my daughter's my whole world. Okay. CB, go ahead and say what you're gonna say, and then Daquan, go.
Okay. All I want to
No, I'm
say is
listening.
that it don't matter where the cheer derived from. It matters about the words and the contents that was actually in the cheer. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you're focusing on all this other stuff, which is cool, but it's the words and the things you are doing, regardless of what it is. You're still stating, "Hey, I want to do. I'm using the system to do this." So no, ma'am, I'm doing that because I'm his world. Because I have his world. If you know you have his world, why would you use his world against him in a way? You know what I'm saying?
That's why
Like
So
I
what
how
are
am
brought
we
I
up the
talking
using it?
about here?
paraphrase
How
of
am I
using a
using it
So,
child
against
as a
them?
weapon. Thank you very much,
ma'am,
How
brother.
hold
am
on,
I
hold on,
using
Thank
hold
it
you.
on,
against
hold
them?
on.
Thank you very much.
Ma'am, because you're literally saying, well, because I'm taking you to child support, I have his world. No, ma'am, and I can guide his actions, his financial stability. I can do whatever. Like y'all know exactly what y'all doing when y'all say this. I
But he
witnessed
was
my
on
brother
child
go through
support
it for
before this.
years.
He was on child support before the cheer came out, and he was not paying it. So how am
That's
I making
regardless of
it?
the fact.
Okay,
So
that's
how?
regardless of.
That's regardless of the
So
fact.
at the end
That's
of the day,
hearsay. Come
it's
on
still
now.
not. It's the, and we like I
Nah,
said,
read between the lines.
okay. Well, that's how you feel, Stink.
Okay, hold on, guys, because
I
I don't want it
can't.
to be like that. Hold on, caution.
How,
What they're trying to
Daphne?
explain.
How can I get my daughter in here?
I look at the private chat. I sent you the link. Copy it and send that link to your daughter. Tell her to put a
Wait,
picture in there.
You sent it where?
Go to the private chat. If you look at the more, if you click on more, go to private chat and you'll see it.
It's also linked in the YouTube chat as
And
well.
it's also on the YouTube chat. If your daughter goes to my
Okay.
CelebriD
And
podcast,
I'm trying to. I don't know how to do all this, y'all. For real, I'm so
okay,
serious.
okay.
I
It's
ain't
all
never did
good.
this before in my life.
Can you
It's a
tell your
millennial
daughter?
thing.
And
Don't
I'm
worry
not
Hold
about
trying
on,
to
it.
talk out of.
guys, please.
Girl.
Hold on, guys. So, caution. Tell your daughter to go to my podcast, CelebriD Podcast. It's gonna say I'm live. I put the link in there like 10 times.
Okay, I just sent it. I think I just sent it to her.
Okay, so what they're trying to say to you in your video, when you use that, I got his whole world. You're telling a woman, to him, you're second place. So you are using your daughter as that pawn. You're telling his new
Thank
girl,
you.
you're second place. I got his world, which is his daughter, the pawn that we're trying to explain to you. And the
Okay.
context that you
Which is the
used it
weapon.
wasn't like your daughter is your world. You used it to let
Okay.
that bitch know that you're second place to his daughter because I got the daughter. So I'm in control.
Right.
Do you get what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
So that's
Okay.
what they're
Thank
trying to say. Hold
you.
on, guys. I
And
want to give
I have
somebody else a
to.
chance. Hold on.
And I have to also understand too, Daphne. And like I said, I'm not. I get what you're saying, but I also have to understand that these are work. Hold on, Stink. Don't do that. Let me talk. So anyway, like I said, I understand what you're saying is that the cheer did that. The cheer was made up. It was a joke. Half of the stuff, we don't even know if he had a girlfriend. He could have been gay.
Okay, so hold on. So I know Anthony has been
so
wanting
we
to talk.
don't.
Caution. I want to give everybody a chance to talk. Anthony, I know you've been sitting there patiently on video. Go ahead, Anthony, because we got to move through this. Go ahead. Anthony, you have to unmute yourself, sir. There you go. Go ahead, Anthony.
Okay.
Yep,
My
go ahead,
thing
sir.
is how is it the I said okay, this what happened to me. My ex-wife and stuff like this. I just want to know how can you sit there and suggest that stuff be done and then it's filtered through me, but then you don't like how it goes. And then you're suggesting that I was the one that sit there and made it wrong. So how did I make it wrong? When I sit there, try to do my best. And I said, then I said, then look, I said, then had a job. Well, I said, then borrowed money off of my boss just to then make sure that my daughter said, then had a graduation present. It's not like it's just not like I didn't do anything.
Okay, so Anthony, what are you asking caution?
I'm like wondering, how are you sitting there saying that this guy was totally wrong in the position that you put him in?
Mm.
You said he's wrong for what now?
How can he be wrong in a position that he got put in by you?
Mm.
He got put in what position by me? Having a baby, being a father?
Child support.
Child support.
Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, so he got put on child support because he went 5 years without doing nothing.
No,
That's why he
hold
got put
up,
on
but
child support.
Hold
I'm
on.
asking.
Did you allow him 5? Did you allow him those 5? Was he allowed to do anything within those 5 years?
Why would he not? I mean, how could I have stopped him from doing anything? His daughter was going up there with him and his mom every summer.
Well, the
So
attitude that you might have had towards him and somebody else that he might have been in relationship with might have been conflict on how your behavioral diaphragm might have been feeling towards between him and his daughter.
but I didn't even know if he was in a relationship with somebody or not. That's what
Okay,
I'm
so
saying.
You see,
I
that's
just want to
communication.
At one
hey,
point,
guys,
I knew he was
One,
dating somebody before, but I wasn't even talking to him.
go ahead,
if
Anthony.
you're a woman, hold up, huh?
Go ahead.
If you're a woman, wouldn't you want to know who your child is around?
Exactly.
I mean, okay, so if he was in a relationship, my daughter's father is not going to have her around nobody that's going to do nothing to her or do her harm. I'm not concerned about who he's around because
We
you're not
ain't
going to have
saying
nobody
that.
around my kid. You're not going to have nobody around
No,
my kid that's going to do
No.
nothing bad to her. And he was living
a
with his
man.
mama at the time.
Hold up. A man is always a man. A man will always sit there and say to the lady he's talking to,
Right.
"Yo, I have a daughter and I have a son, and I want you to know I have a baby's mother." The thing is, will you accept that part?
And I
Will
think
I
at the time
accept
she
if he has
wasn't.
a? I wasn't accepting what part? If he had a girlfriend?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
you have to accept
That's
that
what
he
I'm
has a
saying.
girlfriend.
Okay, hold on, Anthony.
Care if he had a.
She's saying when she made the video, she didn't know whether he did or
I
did not
don't know
have
if
a
he.
girlfriend.
I made that
Hold
part
on,
up because
Caution.
it rhymed.
Caution, I was trying to help you here.
I'm
Anthony,
sorry,
she
honey.
made that part up to fit the cheer because it rhymed. She did not know if he was or was not in a relationship. She's saying that she didn't mind sending his daughter to him for the summer. The communication was off, but what she's saying is in that part of the cheer, she added that little piece that wasn't true. But hold on, Miss Caution, is your daughter named Misha?
I can't figure out how to get her in here. I sent her
No,
what you sent me. You said what now? I'm sorry.
Wait, there's a person named Misha. I didn't know if that was your daughter. Misha, are you somebody else?
yes, I'm somebody else.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Oh,
Caution, did
shoot.
you send that link to your daughter?
Yeah, I sent it to her, and she's saying I think she has to create an account. I'm trying to pull it because
It's
I'm
not
texting her from my laptop so that I won't have to get off with y'all.
if you send her the StreamYard link, all she
It's
has to do
free.
it's free. Yeah, it's not hard. I'm hoping she can figure it out, but it's not hard to do.
Yeah, I'm so mad because I want her in here. So
But
you
no,
know,
we all want her in here, but I'm just saying it's not hard to do. When she creates the account, isn't it as simple as adding an email? You put a picture in there and then you're there. I mean, these trolls do it every day in seconds.
There's several ways to
Yes,
link
they
through
do.
StreamYard. You could do it through your Google account. You
Yep.
could use a YouTube account.
And
You could use your
use your
Facebook
phone.
account,
I'm
or
on
you
my
could
phone
use an
right now.
Instagram account.
Okay, so
Yeah,
Misha,
I'm
I
on
want to give
something
a
else.
woman a chance. I want to hear a
It
woman's point
always
of view.
goes.
Hold on, Anthony. Misha, you have the floor, honey bun.
I think from a woman's perspective, and I'm kind of in the same situation as Caution, where I have my son's father is not as active as he should be.
Oh,
But I
hell.
think where the
Okay.
frustration comes in with some of the men is that everything that she's been asked or everything that you've been asked, you haven't really admitted that you played a part in things. And I feel like in any situation,
Thank you, Queen.
no matter what no matter what situation you find yourself in with somebody, whether it's a partner, relationship, a child, whatever, both people play a part in whatever goes right or wrong.
That's what I'm
So
talking about.
you have to be able to reflect and look back and say, maybe he wasn't doing his part, but are there things that I could have done differently to help the situation? And I feel like that you haven't done a lot of that during the call. Even when you were asked direct questions, you kind of talked around things. And
Deflecting.
sometimes it is hard to admit that we messed up. And sometimes it's hard to admit that we made bad decisions. But I feel like that's a part of growth.
Okay, hold on
So,
one second.
Yeah.
Okay.
Caution, I
Can I
believe that's
say
your
something right
daughter at
quick?
the bottom. Hold on, guys. Please give me a second, please. There's a lot of us on this panel. Caution, is that your daughter at the bottom? How do you say her name?
Jakira.
Jakira. Okay, so Jakira, give me 1 second. I will let you speak. I want Misha to finish, and I want your mom to respond to Misha, and then we will get your side. Go ahead,
Okay.
Miss.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just feel like it's a part of growth. Like I said, I've made plenty of mistakes. I play a part in the things that went wrong with my son's father too. So I don't want you to think I'm bashing you, and I don't want you to think that I feel
Oh
like I'm
no.
above anybody else, because my life is far from perfect. But I do feel like in order for things to be resolved, I don't know what you're looking for to get out of this podcast, but in order for things to be resolved, just take some time and reflect and say, hey, what are, two or three things that I could have done differently, and maybe look back at some of the comments you've gotten from people and take it in later on, and then you can kind of formulate a plan after that. But just know that the comments are coming out of love. At the end of the day, we are family. I don't care.
Some of them are
And
not.
well, yeah, but we should be able to hold each other accountable without it being taken negatively. I expect my friends and family to hold me accountable when I mess up, and I
Yeah.
don't get upset about it. But two, you have to be able to look at yourself. Somebody can't always nobody it won't always be somebody around to come tell you when you messed up. You have to do checks and
Mm-hmm.
balances on yourself.
Mm.
So every
Mm.
night before I go to bed, I look at, what could I have done different today? If I got an argument with somebody, what part did I play in
Right.
that? What was my
Mm-hmm.
attitude today? What was I angry about? How was I triggered? So,
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Just
Man.
Yeah.
Much
Amen.
take,
respect to you,
Miss
Queen. Much
Caution, what do you
respect,
have to
Queen.
say
Much
to her
respect.
response, Miss Caution?
I'm
Much
sorry.
respect.
What's your response to what she just said?
I get what she's saying. I will say this. The child support cheer being my personal business slash the child support cheer should have never been posted. No, I was not the perfect parent. Yes, I made mistakes as a parent. Yes, I probably contributed to a lot of things that my child was experiencing. Of course, she can speak for herself because she's here. No, I wasn't the perfect baby mama. I'm not trying to put myself out there to be the perfect baby mama. All I wanted, like I said, my whole thing was, if you donate half of your chromosomes, donate half of what it costs to take care of your child. That's it. I don't want nothing else. I don't desire nothing else. I'm not going to use your child like a little Pinocchio string. I'm not going to use my child to do anything. All I wanted you to
yeah.
do
I'm right
was
here.
donate half of what it costs to take care of your baby, the same way you donated half of your chromosomes. That's it. My child can speak. If y'all want to ask her,
Can I,
y'all can
Okay.
ask her
Now,
some
now
stuff
for,
too.
how do you pronounce
oh, sorry.
your
Her
daughter's name again?
her name is Jakira.
Jakira, do you want me to call you Jakira, or do you have a nickname I can say?
No, y'all can call me Jakira. That's fine.
Okay, so Jakira, I'm sure
Y'all
that your
can hear me
mom,
right
I
because
don't
I'm at work right now. So
we see
Lot
you
of
in
clear,
uniform.
lot of clear,
Okay.
Queen. How you doing? How
Um,
you doing?
we,
I'm
we see
good.
you in uniform. Thank you for your service. So we'll keep it brief, but I
Always.
don't know if your mom brought you up to speed. We're definitely talking to her about that chant. Now that
Yeah.
chant that your mom put on TikTok, she said you laughed at it. Was it something that you laughed at because it was funny, or did you laugh to keep from, like, man, that's her talking about my dad?
It's all funny to me, especially now because like I'm I'm pretty much like an adult. So now it's like I don't go to my dad looking for him to be a father. I don't go to him looking for anything. It's just kind of like, like the important parts of my life, the most important parts of my life, he's already missed. So it's all like jokes to me. I don't really care for the attention from him, or I don't care for anything from him actually. So to
Okay,
me,
so
it's just
funny.
Let me ask you this. Do you hate your dad? Yes or no?
I'm not gonna say I hate him because hate is a very strong word.
Yeah, I like you already.
I truly,
She
truly,
sound like a realist.
Okay, so when you saw, did you ever see your mom's anger towards your dad when you were young? Yes or no?
no, I never saw them. Like honestly, what's crazy is like every time I've ever seen them together, I guess you could say, like they always acted cordial in front of me. Like it was never like,
Thank
oh
you.
my god, I hate your guts because you're not a dad, or no, I hate your mom's gut. Like they never did that. Like
Okay,
anytime
so
they
no, no,
were
no.
together and I was there, they always kept it cordial.
What I'm saying is, because she said that he was not around after you were born. What I'm saying is,
No,
when he moved to another state and you were by yourself with your mom, did you ever see her hate towards your dad?
no,
Could you tell that she was mad at your dad?
she was never. I'm not gonna say she was ever mad at me. I want to say like pretty much from the time where I could comprehend things on my own, she always left that decision up to me. She will always tell me like, well, if you want to feel that way about your dad, then you feel that way about your dad. I'm not gonna make you feel any way about him. That was always
Wow.
how it was. She
Okay,
always left that decision
so
up.
when you were young and you would ask your mom questions about your dad, she was always like, "Yeah, your daddy loves you and everything's great." She was never negative towards your dad, even
She,
when he was not paying child support.
I'm not gonna say it was a negative or a positive type thing. She would just kind of tell me like, especially when I was like younger, like from the like ages of 10 and down, maybe she would just tell me like, like your dad is just kind of, she just would try to make it so it's not as bad as it was, but she would
Very
never like
seldom.
talk down on him or beat him down. She was just tell me like my mom is a real person. She's not gonna lie to me. She's gonna tell me like how it is no matter what. So she would just tell me like, okay, like yeah, dad is doing this, but
Okay,
it's
so when you
never.
asked your dad for that drum head, how did that conversation go? When you asked your dad to help you get a drum head?
It was it too honestly. It really wasn't anything that he wanted to talk about. Like, and unfortunately, like as bad as it sounds, like my whole music career came from him. Anything I
Right.
dealing with music came from him. So, like that hurt me really bad for me to ask him something to pursue the career that he like really wanted me to pursue, and he didn't even
Instilled in you.
Okay,
yeah
hold
like
on. When you went to your dad, your mom told you to go to your dad. Did she tell you why she wanted you to ask him? Because she didn't want to. Did she say why she told you to go directly to him instead of her doing it?
no she I mean because like me, this is me personally though. Like I don't ever want y'all to think like, oh no, like her mom told her to say this. Like no, like my mom just called me today and was like, hey, get in this chat. Like while I'm at work, so I don't want y'all to think that. But my mom was not. We didn't always have it how we have it now. So
Wow.
if she didn't have it, she would say, well, ask your dad, and I would say like, okay, like of course, like, and then it's like, okay, if your dad doesn't,
Ooh.
like, okay, I'll make sure you have what you have, because that's how it's been my whole life. Like, if dad wouldn't give it to me, which he didn't, my mom always make sure I had it, anything I needed.
Okay, she said earlier on the show that when you asked about the drum head, she said, ask your dad. She admitted that she knew at that time your dad was inconsistent with his payments. So there was
Yeah,
a 50-50 chance that he was going to tell you no. And
and
then she said hold on. Then she said you came back to her and said, see, he can't even do the little things. So it sounds like there was anger behind him telling you he couldn't do it when your mother knew he wasn't going to be able to do it. So did that not make you feel a certain way that she made you go to him knowing that he was inconsistent?
no, for me, no, because it's like I'm not gonna say that my dad can't do it because majority of the time he can. That's my biggest issue with him, that he makes a lot of choices where he just doesn't want to. He just chooses not to. So when she told me to ask my dad, it's like, okay, like this is the career that he wants me to pursue the most. So why would he say no?
Hmm.
Why would he say no? Like this is what he wants for me. There's no way he would say no. And then after that, it's like, okay, you said no. So it's like, wow, you really don't care about what I make for myself. Like I'm doing this for you, and you never care. You don't care, and I'm trying to pursue this career for you.
Okay, so now as a 20-year-old, have you ever made attempts to ask your mom where your dad is at and how you can reach him so you guys can repair this broken
That's
relationship?
and was recently. I'm not gonna say recently. Like in August, I would say August is the first time I've talked to my dad in like I've been in the army all going on two and a half years now. I graduated school. went to a whole nother school, all types of stuff. August was the first time that I talked to my dad because his dad had passed, and that's when I found out that his dad was actually in the military as well. We had made all these kinds of plans. Like he was finally, you know, like I always give him the benefit of the doubt because he is my dad. We were supposed to go to the funeral, and then like the day before the funeral, he's like, "Oh, I'm not gonna go."
That's the
And
type of shit I be talking about.
yeah,
Like, seriously. And that
it
shit hurts my child, bro.
it
Like,
meant a
why
lot.
does he
Caution,
keep
hold
doing
on,
stuff?
Yeah,
caution,
like
Understood.
do that now.
He
You're at
keep on doing stuff to my child. Like, he don't have to do
yeah,
my baby like
it's
that.
like
That's what
I'm
I'm
an adult.
saying.
Don't
It's
get me
it's
caution.
wrong.
it's a mix of anger and
It's wrong, but
disappointment.
I think caution. I think you are parenting from a trauma perspective.
Yes,
Yeah,
Hmm.
but
But
yes.
he doesn't.
Hold
He
on, hold
doesn't
on.
he
have
never
to do that to
Caution,
his
caution.
child. He
Okay,
doesn't have
caution.
to do
Hold
that
on.
to his child.
Caution, we hear you. We hear you.
Caution,
We hear you.
please, caution. Please take a deep breath. First thing
The
you know
Just
that
breathe, sweetheart. Just breathe.
you raised a strong, beautiful black woman.
I'll
Your
pass
By
daughter.
here. I'll
myself.
pass you the
By
blunt through the phone if
myself.
you need it.
Caution, please calm down. Caution. You did a really good job with your daughter. She is a
mm-hmm.
result of your
There you
hard
go.
work. She's very, very strong. Do you see her mentality right now? You have to be strong for her because right now she's in a field where it is very scary, it's dangerous, and she is doing that because you raised a strong woman. You should be very
I
proud of
pray for
yourself.
both of you.
She went through things that were not the best, and look how she turned out, a good woman. So again,
Yep.
there's always three sides to this story. The dad might have something
Right.
different today, but again, I want to bring you guys together because of what you produced, a good black woman. I don't see this often. Your trauma could have affected her where she was out having
Mm-hmm.
kids and acting a fool. Your daughter is really doing well. I can't wait to talk to her one on one. But at the same time, we have to admit that all of this is not on the dad. There were times where I'm sure that you knew maybe this wasn't a good idea. Did he do your daughter wrong? Yes. Nobody is perfect, but it has been a long time, and this is how we heal. We heal from our past trauma. So,
And one time is understandable, Daphne, but you have repeatedly been that dumbass father
hold
to
on,
her
and
over
see,
and
see how
over again.
okay, but see how
And
you.
you,
Me and you have to talk about that offline. I don't want you to bring that
okay,
onto this chat because your daughter is doing a good job staying
yeah.
together right now, and I
And
don't
for
want two
me,
people
as
crying.
an adult,
Okay,
like I'm an adult military,
go ahead,
and
hon.
the most important thing to me right now is the military. Like I
I heard
still
that.
bracelet, and that was like the biggest thing for me. And he really just like another thing he took from me. Like I wanted to go to my granddad's funeral. We wore the same military patch. We worked in the same unit, but he took that away from me as well. So it's like I kind of have.
Are those gunshots in the background? You safe right now?
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure now? I can feel the vibrations. Okay, hold on, move around a little bit.
Those are
Okay, we
just
don't have any
drills.
insurance on
Those
this
are just drills.
podcast.
She in the range. I know what that's about.
I want to make sure I won't
She Gucci.
see nothing. Okay. Now, before I let Caution speak, did anybody
Nah,
else
all
want to
those
ask her
guns are
daughter a
legal.
question? Did
Can
anybody
I?
else want to ask her daughter a question before I
I,
let Caution speak?
I do. I have a
Go ahead.
question.
Go ahead, hon.
Do you feel like you and your father can sit down and have a conversation and repair things?
We've tried. Yeah, I know. We've tried, but I'm to the point now where it's like I just don't care if it happens or not. I feel like I've been doing it with just me and my mom for this long. It's like, I don't really care if it happens or not. Like I don't mind sitting down because I'm a real calm person, like collected person, but I don't have to. I don't need anything like no type of confirmation. Like I don't
Do you
need.
think a lot of that has to do with your discipline in the military? Because someone said in the comments, the military would teach you discipline and self-control. Because being a
Yeah,
woman, we are emotional by nature. We're just emotional
yeah.
creatures. So even though you're telling us you wouldn't care, there's a piece of you that does care. You are still
Of
daddy's little
course, like
girl. You're
if
his
my dad
firstborn.
have
So
a kid,
remember that. There's some
I,
feelings there, Queen.
I don't. And before you can ask anybody in my family before the military, I was always like the most nonchalant person in the world. Like it affects me now in my military career that I'm still the most nonchalant person in the world. Like I just don't. If it don't affect my pay, it don't affect my day. So like,
Mm.
just I don't care for it. Like it's.
Okay. Will you be open to speaking with me periodically about your
Of
mental health?
course, of course.
Because I
See,
still think that
kind
there's
of
parts of you. Go ahead.
the military does kind of like I'm not supposed to be at work right now. It's the weekend, but majority of the time, Monday through Fridays, I'm at work and I'm off by like 3 o'clock. But other than that, I'm always free. I'm always in the bed and free.
Okay, so
So
we're
yeah.
definitely talking. Caution, did you have anything you wanted to say to your daughter?
I'm just glad that you got the chance to come in because, I'm not going to say that I brought you in
Well, I don't
here for you to feel any kind of way or
say what
anything
they
like
say.
that. I really just wanted them, right. I wanted them to see your side because you're a grown up and they have to, of course, everybody gonna not like me anyway. And that's fine. I'm okay with that. But as long as they know that here is my child, she is grown, she can tell you what we've been going through our whole life. You see how she talks about
Yeah.
it's just me and my mom. Like that was my thing. It's me and you, kid. We ain't got nobody else. We got to figure it out, whatever the case may be. I'm still doing that. Somebody stole $2,000 out of her account and I was paying her bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Figuring out how I'm gonna pay my bills and hers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do as a mom. And I'm not trying to give no fish credit for swimming, but that's my kid. And the reason why I'm so upset right now is because I know my kid. Yes, she gonna sit on this phone, but she gonna talk about how, she got this and she got that, but she hurts. And when my child hurt, that's when the anger comes out. When my child is hurting, that's when the anger automatically comes out because I could be talked about, hated, and dragged. Oh, she bitter, she capping, and this, that, and the third. But at the end of the day, when it comes to my title as a mom, can't nobody touch that.
Okay, hold on.
Nobody gonna touch that.
You put some emphasis in nobody.
I'm
So
sorry,
caution.
but
Caution.
I'm that mom. I'm that mom,
caution.
and can't nobody put it behind me what kind of mom I am. And that's
but
it.
caution. I want you to understand something. The way your daughter is presenting herself right now,
Yep.
and I'm not gonna just say nonchalant, but this tough shell, she's like a turtle. This tough shell, but inside she's really soft. I feel like that's your daughter, and
That
because
is.
she's being strong for you right now, but the way she's acting and not really expressing her feelings about what what her dad did to her is how you were when you got into a relationship with her dad. You hid your traumas, you covered it by being tough. Oh yeah, everything's good. Yeah. Then you had a baby, and then he did you wrong, and then so if we don't stop this cycle now, your daughter's fine now, but when she gets into a relationship and someone triggers her, she's gonna be just like you and doing the next chant. This bitch thinks she nuts. I shot her in. We
Definitely.
don't. It's
no,
a,
she's
it's
not.
a cycle.
You know why? Because we got you to help us. Period. And I'm not trying to be funny,
that
but
made
we
me
got
feel
you to
good
help
knowing
us.
that. But do
It's
you
not
see where I'm
it's
coming
not
from?
gonna be that no more. It's gonna stop right here because we're not gonna do it no more. We're not gonna do it no more. That's it.
So your daughter, I definitely give her my phone number, and you two caution because we are now going to be working together. And like I said, you stay safe out there, young lady. Like I said, you have a lot of potential, and whatever your dad did to you, that doesn't define you. But at the end of the day, that is still your dad. He helped making you, and I'm sure he loves you, but we don't know the true story. You never got to really sit with your dad. And I want to be able to orchestrate that. I want you to be so strong that you allow your dad to tell you what happened over the last 20 years. So he can explain. Like I said, a lot of kids will resent their parents or a parent because of how they treated them, but they don't see the full scope. They're on the outside looking in instead of going inside and looking around. You see what I'm saying? I want to open your mind because at the end of the day, you have your mom and you have your dad. I only have my dad. And I don't care how mad my mom made me or what she did to me. You only get one parent. You get one shot at that.
Yeah.
One parent. And I'm telling you, as a person who's lost her mother, it is hard having just one parent and watching them suffer because the love of their life is gone. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you have to mend that relationship with your dad, you and him. Your mom cannot be around for this. You have to get your own perspective over your dad. You have to allow your dad to tell you why he did you like he did and ask for your forgiveness. Now, if he's a piece of shit and he doesn't want to do it, then at least you extended that olive branch. And now you don't have to feel bad. The coals are now on his head. You feel me? At the end of the day, you're 20, you're young, you're beautiful, you have your life ahead, but not talking to your dad, it's a mistake. Okay, so I definitely want to talk to you offline. So I know you got to get back to work, and we respect your time. And I would definitely be talking to you again. Okay, so if you want to fall off, you can, Queen.
Okay, thank y'all.
Thank
Bye,
you.
babe. I'll text you later.
Okay,
Thank you
so
very much.
one thing you said was nobody, and you had a lot of. We get that you are a mother. What I'm saying is, I'm not saying you're a bad
She
mother.
put
I just
some
said you made
emphasis
some bad
behind that,
decisions.
boy.
That's all. Because you have parents that want to do well and they want to raise you right, but nobody's perfect at the same time. So I'm never questioning your parenting. I just didn't think the
There you
cheer was
go.
necessary because your daughter hasn't healed from what your baby, what her dad did to her. She's not healed. So when you're putting out a chant before getting her counseling, that doesn't make sense to me. At least
Yeah.
let her be healed and she's trying to build up. But when you do that chant, that's telling me that my mama's still mad. She's still
Right.
pissed off. So let me say, I don't give a fuck if we meet or not. Your daughter
Right.
does give
And
a
see,
fuck.
like
She
I
cares.
said,
She cares.
again, that was
There
6
we
years
go.
ago. But we still gotta, fix it or whatever the case may be, because like I said, I just didn't have time to fix it because I was too busy taking care of us. I was too busy making sure that us was straight. I don't have time for that. I gotta make sure that we got a roof over our head. I gotta make sure that your band uniform's paid for. I gotta make sure that you not hungry at school. I gotta make sure that our lights ain't off. Making sure our cars not getting repossessed. So I guess as a parent, a single parent, I had to focus more on the big stuff and making sure that we lived well. So
Okay, can I
counseling
ask you
didn't
this
come into
question?
play.
Do
Yeah.
you think
Okay.
that you're guilty of being her friend and not her mother fully? Because let me tell you why. I don't believe in parents saying that, oh, my daughter or my son, that's my homie, that's my friend, that's my bestie. No, you are their mother and that is it. The minute you put bestie and all that on there, they're not going to tell you every single thing. They're going to look at you differently. Not as the person that gave birth to me, but that's my friend.
Oh
So I can
no.
fuck up and my
Oh
friend's going to be
no.
okay. Do you
I'm
think you
definitely
and your
not.
daughter had a friendship over you being her mother first?
I'm gonna say no, and here's why. Because you see my daughter, she's not the pretty girl, she's not the makeup, she's not the
She is
eyebrows,
a
she's not
pretty
the
girl.
eyelashes.
Oh,
Now
she's a
she's
pretty
pretty,
girl.
She's
she is
beautiful.
gorgeous, but
I said
she's
your
She's
daughter was
not.
beautiful.
beautiful.
I
You
love
just
all my
hold
women, no
on,
makeup.
girl.
We ain't even
She's
doing that.
Rewind.
We ain't, nah, don't do
Hold
that.
on, Caution.
Fine as
You
hell.
just
Don't do
bashed your
that.
own daughter. You just
Don't do
bashed your
that.
own daughter.
Yeah.
What
Fine
I'm
You
as hell.
saying
did.
is
We
You
that
not doing
did.
that.
Your
Caution,
daughter
you
was
did. Hold
beautiful,
on,
hon.
Caution.
You're
okay,
Yo, hold
nobody
on.
said
Hold
bad
on,
that.
as
everybody on the
shit. We
panel.
ain't even
Everybody on
doing
the panel.
that.
Hold on. The first thing you said was, I know she's not a pretty girl. I said your daughter was
Bullshit.
beautiful. Beauty
Bullshit.
doesn't mean lashes, a
Please
wig,
She
and
might
all
listen,
as well
that.
slap herself
please.
in
Beauty's
the
is
face.
within.
Why
I
Your
would you
daughter
do
is
said,
that?
beautiful.
Come on
listen,
now.
this is what
Shout
my
out.
daughter says. These are the words that comes out
But
of
you
my
didn't say that.
daughter's mouth. But
But you
You
didn't
didn't
say,
listen,
say
but
that.
take
listen to what I'm
accountability,
saying.
ma'am. Come
She
on,
said,
Caution.
Come
oh
on,
God,
sweetheart. Don't do
You
I
that.
did
you
not.
misspoke. Just
Check
say
your
that. I
Yeah.
misspoke.
check
Period.
yourself at the front door.
You can't, you saying that I said she's not a pretty girl. I said no, she's not the pretty girl. Like, she's not prissy. She's a
You,
sneakerhead. She likes Jordan. She likes Nike. She likes throwback. She
She's a
likes
tomboy.
you
baseball caps.
wrong
She's a
regardless, I
That's
would
what I'm.
tomboy.
think.
Always. Can still be
That's what I'm
pretty.
That's what I
saying. I
was.
That's
wasn't
what I'm
saying that.
saying. She
That's
don't
what
know what she
I was.
talking
I
about.
wasn't saying she was ugly. I'm
Okay, you're
saying that
screaming.
she's not.
Caution.
I'm sorry, but
Okay,
she's
It's
not
okay,
all
hold
the
on.
right.
prissy
Caution.
girl.
Wait,
She's
wait,
not
wait,
the.
wait. Wait, guys. Hold on. Take a deep breath. See, Caution,
Mm-hmm.
you get upset, you start screaming. Your tonality changes. When you started speaking, you didn't say, my daughter said she doesn't think she's pretty. You came off saying your daughter isn't pretty.
And
All you
Yeah.
had to say
everybody
was that my daughter is
attacked.
a tomboy, right?
You
Everybody
misspoke.
attacked.
No,
Okay,
I
I
think you
misspoke.
misspoke. You maybe meant to
I
say she's not a
misspoke.
girly girl or
She's
whatever, and that's
right. That's
okay.
what I was trying to say. But before I could correct that, I got attacked. Oh my God.
It's
Like,
okay. Hold on. So you're
Go ahead.
confusing attack with a response. When you said that, I did stop you because I just spoke to a beautiful young lady and I never questioned her looks. You said she doesn't wear makeup. That's not what makes people beautiful. Beauty's from within. See, you got to be beautiful from the inside. See, I had an ugly inside, but I was pretty on the outside. Does that make sense? So what I'm saying is,
She's a
you
walking
did not
trophy.
start the convo off like Misha said. You misspoke. It wasn't an attack. It was a correction. I was correcting you.
I
You
couldn't
have
even
to under.
correct myself. I couldn't even
Okay,
It's
correct
all
okay,
right.
myself.
okay,
Like,
okay. So look, what I'm learning from you, Caution. When things don't go your way, you get so upset. You're crying
That's
again
the
over me correcting you. That's why I want to
firecracker.
work with you because
no,
we
what
have
I'm
to learn how
saying is
to.
that I didn't even get a chance to correct myself.
But Caution, I
You
think these
said your baby was
tears.
ugly. No, that's not what I'm saying.
I didn't say you said that. You said she wasn't pretty. There's a difference. There's a difference, Caution. What I need you to understand is just like when you said I was bashing you from day one and I wasn't. You have to listen to understand, not listen to speak
Mm-hmm.
and keep speaking. You have to understand what we're saying to you. You misspoke. It's okay. We know you're not saying your daughter's ugly as shit. You were saying that your daughter's a tomboy. She's like loving basketball. When she had the ponytail, didn't wear makeup,
That
but she was still
ass. That's what I
beautiful.
was thinking.
I
I
get
was
it. I
thinking
get it.
Sanaa. Word
But
to
one thing I
mama.
would never, because I was that same type of kid. I told you I had a rough mouth. I played sports with
Mm-hmm.
men. I never came off as the pretty girl. I didn't wear makeup when I was hooping. I didn't wear makeup when I was diving for the basketball. I was
Yeah.
a tomboy. So what I'm saying is, I get it, but you get so emotional Hold on. Man, mute your phone, man. What you smoking? Weed? Mute your phone.
Oh yeah, I'm getting high as hell
Okay,
during
hold
this.
on. Please mute your phone. Caution, y'all. This is serious now, please. But caution, I don't want you to think I'm attacking you, because if you keep thinking that way, our coaching isn't gonna work. Because when I come at you with the coaching, I don't come nice. I'm very tough, because I need you to understand that we have to grow as Black women, and we have to listen to understand. Back in the day, when someone would say you have a loud mouth, what? I'm not loud. I know I'm not loud. Damn, they should say, oh my gosh, he's like a pit bull. Instead, I had to listen. Daphne, you're loud when people make you mad, or when you cross somebody over and they don't receive it like they're supposed to receive it. You automatically call them a bitch. When I shut the fuck up and I allowed men to analyze me, it took someone that didn't know me personally to tell me that I had a bad mouth, an ugly mouth. He told me, I'm thinking I'm missing teeth or something, and my breath stink. No, he was saying that you have an ugly inside. You might think you're pretty on the outside, but that's fine. It's what's inside that counts. So what I'm trying to say is, your daughter, she exuberates beauty, because she knows how to speak. She's not letting that trauma get to her. She's doing a really good job. That makes her beautiful. You don't look at the outside beauty standards where you have to have a BBL and big titties and big. No, your daughter is a palette that was specially made. She's beautiful. And I said that 3 times on this panel. So when you came off saying she's not a pretty girl and all that, you weren't speaking for your daughter. You were speaking as you were saying that. Instead of saying she's not prissy, she's the tomboy. You know, I get that. So go ahead, Miss Caution. Go ahead.
I'm good. I'm gonna listen at this point.
Can I say something else, Daphne, please?
Go ahead, Misha.
When
and
I
then
first
after you, Misha, I'm gonna let Don the Dutch. I'm sorry, sir.
Okay.
You're so patient. Go ahead, Misha.
When I first got on here and I told you that I'm in a similar situation, it's like holding a mirror to myself. So I understand sometimes when you hear things that are hard, it kind of puts you on the defensive, and you kind of feel like you being attacked. But I just want to say to you, what you did today was brave. I couldn't have came on here and exposed myself like this. But you did it, and it was needed. I feel like this conversation was needed for a lot of reasons. So don't think that those of us that are listening to your story can't relate and don't understand the emotions. But I do feel like some of these tears are not for your daughter. These tears are for you. You are parented from a trauma perspective. And I think that some of these tears are from things that you have unresolved inside of you.
Yes.
And once you are able to deal with those things, then supporting your daughter through her relationship with her dad will be a lot easier.
Amen. Amen, Misha. Misha, I like you. And you even said,
thank you.
You said this to me. I get a lot of women on these panels, and they typically don't agree with what I say. Some of them have attitude, but I can even hear her crying. Caution. One thing I need you to know is that I think you did need this, because you cried maybe 10 times today on this panel. You are going through a lot of pain. It actually makes me sad, because I don't want her to be like this. I commend her for still doing a good job. And one thing I want women to know, please stop saying, I did this and I did that. As a mother, that's what you are supposed to do. We have to understand that God didn't make us like this for a reason. He didn't allow us to withstand more pain than a man just cause, right? He gave that to us because he knew we can handle it. So understand that some of us, or some women, might have to do more than the average household. And that's great that you did it. But when you go back and keep throwing it in people's face, and kids hear that, they're like, damn, so my dad didn't do shit. So my dad was really nothing. When it took 2 to create a kid, and there were times where he might have fucked up many times, but you can't keep judging him on his fuck ups. Let me ask you this, Caution. Did you ever tell him, well, thank you for the little you did try to do? Did you ever say thank you for what he tried to do? Or did he always hear what he didn't do? And please be honest.
I've said it before.
When?
Back when we were talking. I've
when
said it before. I told him, and I'll say this. When I was pregnant, it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And I've expressed that to him. When my daughter was 3, 4, 5, and she used to go, because of course I used to let them take my baby. She was 6 months when she went to well, I guess I can safely say it. When she went to New Orleans with them, I was terrified to let my baby go with them. But I knew she was with her dad, and her dad wasn't gonna let nothing happen to her. He may not be able to buy her Gucci and gold, but he's not gonna let nothing happen to her. And I told him that. And I thank you for everything that you have done. Those were not my exact words. I'm not going to quote that, but I have told him that before. Yes,
Okay.
I told him that before.
I'm glad to hear that. I want to give this man a chance because he has been so quiet and patient. First, he had a picture, and then it went to video. That meant that I was talking too much. Go ahead, Don the Dutch.
No, first thing first, like I say, thank you for everything that you're doing, Daphne. I've been sent to you from AOK, from AOK Mafia. On this discussion, for me, it just hit a little bit too close to home because I'm currently having a custody battle with my daughter, or for my daughter, with my wife, soon to be ex-wife. So like, I haven't seen my child since the first week she was born. My wife kept me out of the hospital from seeing the birth of my firstborn child, my only child.
Wow.
Married for 8 years. Then turned around and then went and got the people on me for some bullshit claim that she knows isn't true. She was with me to get an attorney, and then in the last month, then decided to do a complete 180 and went over to the prosecutor's side. So I now am a felon.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
35 years of age. I've been in trouble with the law 2 times. Those are speeding tickets. I got a felony and I never was arrested.
For not paying child support?
No, that's gonna come though. That's gonna come.
Wow. So
I got a felony for a domestic that never occurred. Just made up a complete story, fabricated.
Wow.
And if one was to look at records, you will see no pictures of me ever saying anything tied to domestic, but you can find her picture. So.
Wow. I'm sorry. Let me ask you this. Don. Did you ever do a post bashing this woman who caused you to have a felony and changed your whole life?
I still have yet to make a post to bash her. And while I was in court, she made a post bashing me.
What did she say on that post, sir?
Let me see if I can look at the picture. It was something to the line.
Okay, he looks like he froze up. So, caution, did you hear his side? He has a felony at 35 years old over a domestic that the woman said he did that he didn't do. And
that sounds like my boyfriend.
So what he said, and you can tell this man has been through a lot. You can see the stress on his face, and yet he has never attacked the woman that changed his life. When a black man gets a felony, you might as well just go ahead and live a street life. You might as well sell Nickelback. Your life.
That's how my boyfriend is.
Okay, Don, you came back. You good, Don?
Yeah, I was trying to read the post. I forgot it was going to disconnect.
What was the post?
It says something to the extent of sad to see you lose all that you labor for foolishness, ignorance, and selfishness. Be careful who has your ears.
Wow.
The entire time, the entire relationship, she believed that my mother had more sway on me than her. I grew up in a household with my father and my mother. So I'm sorry to tell you, ma'am, my father has more sway on me than my mother. I'm not a sissy type of male. I'm a manly male. And on top of that, I'm old fashioned. So I married a Nigerian and she didn't seem to understand that Bible quotes and Bible verses would come out of me.
I heard that.
She believed she knew more of the Bible than me, who is 2 nephews of 2 different pastors. Me, who was on a Christian board in high school. Come on, man, you can't do these battles with me. And so eventually we'll get to the point that she just stopped trying to quote Bible verses with me and start acting more like her friends. She had friends that were getting divorced, and ultimately that led to our divorce.
Wow.
You know, you surround yourself around the people that you want to act like. So if you're surrounding yourself around a bunch of divorcees, you're gonna ultimately get divorced.
I heard that. So what advice do you have for caution, Don?
My advice for caution.
He must have Metro PCS, you guys. Just give him a second. That was a little joke. He probably don't got that. I just like saying that to people. So I know until he comes back, I know CB Film came back because he wanted to say something else. CB, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what do you want to say, sir?
The only thing I wanted to say was, I hope that that everything that the lady that posted the video, I hope everything in your situation, you know what I'm saying, gets I guess repaired, or if there is some hurt inside you, I wish you all well. That's all I just wanted to say. Because I heard you crying and it made me feel some type of way. And I was like, dang, I ain't trying to come down on the sister or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, because we all go through stuff.
That's
and
right.
you know what I'm saying, the only thing you can do is learn from the situation. Just know that, just like how women want men to be mindful of their feelings, know that it's a lot of brothers out here when you doing that cheering, that happy and all that shit, that triggers us too. We like, damn. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be mindful of that. Because
And you
it's a
also have
lot of people.
a lot of
It's
hand movement at the top.
right.
Daquan.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of
Yeah.
people that celebrate. It's a lot of people that celebrate the despise of men.
Yep. This is
The
true.
demise of men. I said despise, demise of men. So
Mm-hmm. And I do
so
that too because, like I said, my boyfriend is dealing with that. His baby mama made a whole post about me. She made a whole 3 paragraphs about me on Instagram. I got some screenshots on my phone too, so I can relate to the other guy that was talking about his wife when she made that post about him. You know, baby mama made a whole post about me.
Well, baby mama wouldn't have a job come Monday. You're better than me. That's all
I
I can say.
swear.
Well, now that I know what I
Niggas
can
don't
do,
know
I'll
the
be finding
half.
out what I can do because she was looking at his personal record. She was looking at his other child support case and wasn't supposed to be doing that.
Nope, you're not supposed to do that at all. So I know
Yep.
I know the rules, I know the law. So maybe I can help you with that and give you some
I
relief.
hope so.
We do have somebody that just came on named D. D, you there? You
Hey,
there,
how
D?
y'all doing? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, D, where you at? You at a party?
No, I'm sorry, in my apartment. Am I too loud? I can cut the TV off.
Okay, yeah, girl. Hold on, my phone's over here telling me to be quiet. Hold on. I'm just playing D. Go ahead, D. Go ahead, hon. D said she getting off altogether. Go ahead, D.
All right. My apologies. I told my son to turn it down. They're in the apartment with me. Be quiet. Shh. My apologies. I've just been listening the entire time, and I won't be long, but I'm listening. I noticed that we got one sister online, and I wanted to bring myself to kind of even it out. I see a lot of brothers, and I wanted to add some more feminine qualities. But I reach out to you, young lady, and I appreciate you coming out and really not to say defend yourself, but also explain. And this is a teaching moment, and not only for yourself, but also for me, because I too am going through this. And just to listen to about the video that you posted, your feelings and stuff. And one of the things that I've noticed about you is that you really talked about a lot of things that you were doing with your daughter at that time. You had to provide a lot. And I could hear the tone in it saying at the time in high school, she was in all these extracurricular activities and that you had to provide financially. I understand. And I understand it could be very frustrated. I understand that, put it away. I can understand that you had to do a lot for your child. And I am too as well. And it can be frustrating that you want to ease the pain off of that. You want to ease the financial burden. You know what I mean? And so I definitely salute to you and your strength, and also your strength of your daughter. But definitely, I hope once you get off of here, please. No, you can't get that. Definitely see some counseling. You know what I mean? Healing for yourself. I think that your daughter exudes very confidence in herself. She is very nonchalant, but I also can hear your pain. And hopefully that you can get counseling and just kind of heal. Because I think you said you have a teenage daughter at home as well.
Yeah, she's in Florida right now, but
She's
she lives
16,
with me.
right?
Yeah, she's 15. She's in Florida right now with her dance team.
Okay. So D, she will be getting counseling for free through me. I'm gonna help her out with that. And I appreciate you telling her, you know, your side of the story. And again, this was not a session to bash her. This was a growing thing. Caution, you're not the only female I had on here. I had somebody on here in the past, and she was by herself solo. It was just me and her, and nobody got to speak to her. So you're not the first person, and you won't be the last. So thank you. D, did you have anything else you had to say? Because I wanted to give Don his chance to say his advice to her. Were you done?
No, ma'am. I'm good. Yes, I'm good. I'm just here listening. Thank you so much, CelebriD. Thank you so much, Caution.
D, stay on here because I'm gonna ask you a question in a second, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Done. I know that you have Metro PCS, they said, and you forgot to pay the bill. You just paid it. So we're back on. I'm just playing. No, Done. Go ahead and give her your advice, sir.
I got too far from my Wi-Fi. I got disconnected. My bad. My advice is, and this is just a general advice for anyone that has kids.
Okay.
No one should be trying to utilize their kids as a weapon. It didn't just take you to create said kid. It took two parties. So for one of the two parties to sit here and try to target the child against the other, it's just childish. It doesn't show growth. It doesn't show any type of adulthood. So and that's just me trying to look back on my own perspective and relate it in with this current situation here. The baby daddies, baby mamas, that thing was just crazy. It blew my mind.
Okay.
But that's really all I got to say on that note.
You know what, Don? I didn't ask you this. When you saw her video, not mine, hers, did it upset you a bit, or were you just like, I don't care? Did it make you feel some type of way because you experienced it, or was it funny, something that you laughed at?
I didn't find anything funny. I sat there with my mouth wide open. Like, really.
Okay. And you know what? I didn't ask everybody that question. So I'm going to go to D. D, when you saw her video, not mine, hers, did you laugh at it, or were you just like, what is she doing? And you could be completely honest.
Thank you. When I saw the video, I thought it was very disrespectful because I know a lot of brothers are going through this. I'm going through this myself. And I don't think it was funny, to be honest with you. I don't think it was funny. I don't think it's nothing to be parading, to be dancing, to come up with a jingle. And I too is going through this, you know, and my ex-husband is behind. And just to hear that, it's not funny. It's really not.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna land my plane.
Okay. CB, how did you feel when you saw her video? Do you think it was funny? You're like, haha, this is a good video. Or did you feel some type of way?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I laughed at the ignorance. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When I seen it, I was like, this is some typical shit. Excuse my French. I was like, this is some typical women stuff. They do this. This is what they do.
Okay, stop
you know
there.
What I'm saying? So,
okay, stop there. Misha, same question. When you saw the video, what was your reaction?
I thought it was kind of childish, and I felt like it would make us more divisive, like as Black men and women. I just kind of felt like it was something else to add to the arguing and the division we have. But hearing her story, I understand the emotions behind it.
Okay, Daquan the Smoker, how did you feel when you saw the video?
I ain't gonna lie, my heart broke. It dropped all the way to my stomach. I was beyond words.
Extra? Because you were smoking tough just a second ago, sir.
I had to put it out for a second, just to sit in and think about what had transpired, and I was devastated.
Okay, so caution. You have 6 of us that all said that the video wasn't funny. So how does that make you feel when you get, because you getting it from different perspectives? People that are dealing with it. We have women that are going through it now, and you have a woman like me that don't have any kids, but I still felt for the men and women out there. So how does that make you feel knowing that nobody on the panel agreed with your video?
I mean, I've had it happen before. It happens all the time with me. Like I said, I think your whole show is based around having accountability. And when I got dragged for this 6 years ago, I took accountability for it. I did that. A lot of people
take accountability. I'm glad you. So I'm gonna stop you there. What'd you do?
By accepting the fact that 1, no, everybody is not going to like what you post. Number 2, no, you did not have to put your personal business on social media. Yes, you posted it as a joke. You posted it as a joke, but everybody is not going to take it as a joke, just like everything else that I post. You know, of course, everything else that I post may or may not get bad, backlash or whatever the case may be. So I went through this whole thing. I did a radio show about this about 5 years ago, and I did this same thing. It wasn't as detailed, But I did a radio show with somebody about it, and they said the same thing. And I did this 5 years ago. So
Okay.
now that I have to do it all over again, which is fine because I feel like this is different and this is going to be different than then. I mean, I never thought it was okay. I wasn't the one that resurfaced the video to begin with. So
Okay.
I have dealt with this before in the past. So
Okay, you said one thing. You said something earlier. You said that you took accountability by accepting that people weren't gonna like your video. Is that what you said?
right. Yeah.
Okay, so then why are we here today? Because you went into my Facebook. Because I'm not on Facebook as often as I usually like to be because I'm on a ban. But when I saw your comment in my spam, and then I went to Instagram and you were there too, that's not someone that's taking accountability. That's somebody that's mad that I shared their video and I shared my opinion. If you were
Right.
over it from 6 years ago, what made you hop into my Facebook and my Instagram if you took accountability 6 years ago? That's my question.
And what I should have done was came to you and said, okay, hi, my name is Caution. This video is very old. I really don't like the video. I no longer agree with the video. I wish that it could be taken down. I know it's your personal page, whatever the case may be. My approach should have been different as opposed to saying, oh, you dragging me, da da da. That's that evil mouth that we were talking about, or whatever the case may be. So I should have came to you and just flat out said, it hurts me to see that video. It hurts me to see it. I don't want to see it no more because I got dragged 5 years ago, and now Slim Thick on TikTok done brought this shit back up. And I'm like,
Okay,
damn,
but
you know.
how did you help this situation by reposting it yourself? If I was offended by something I did, it will come off of all my social medias. That's the first part. Part two, if you see your face being used on people's TikToks and things in a bad way, you can easily strike them and they would have to remove your video because it's your face. The way social media works is they'll say, prove that it's your video. You would show them the original, show your page that it's your face, and they will strike these people. It's not hard getting rid of stuff. All I'm saying
I really tried, but
all I'm saying is when you reposted that video on January 24th and you captioned it, I might as well get clout from it. That told me that you were chasing clout, that you do like the video. You do like that we're all resharing it because it's bringing up people back to your page. What you didn't like is how people were not going to your page at high rates like they were on my page. Like on my page, your video did well and you have more followers than me. I think it almost got 2,000 likes and it's almost at 20,000 views. You didn't touch those numbers when you reposted it on your page. Am I right? So when you see people with smaller platforms like me doing better, I think that's what makes you mad. I'm not profiting off of your video because I've been reported so many times. I cannot be monetized. So I don't get paid to repost people's videos. I'm letting people know that today. I haven't gotten paid on Facebook because I'm on a ban. When you get bans, you're not able to be monetized. I've never gotten any money from Facebook. The only money I got was from YouTube, thanks to my followers who send me super chats. But I don't get paid off of you. But you did say that you get paid off of being monetized on Facebook and things like that. So that tells me you reposted it hoping it would go viral again, but it really didn't. Am I right? I think you got about 2,000 views. So what I'm saying is,
what I did was, if everybody else is already beating me up, let me help them. Let me help them.
How?
That's I ain't gonna even lie. That's what I did. Because I don't even my real money comes from Facebook. It don't come from Instagram and TikTok. TikTok don't pay me nothing, and I got 440,000 followers on there, and TikTok don't pay me nothing. My money is on Facebook. So
do you know
when I reposted it, it was really from an angry place. And I'll just be honest, I was angry as hell when I reposted that shit. I'm like, since they dragging me, let them just drag me anyway. Let me add to it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'll elaborate more with you in private later. But I mean, they already dragging me, so let them drag me on my page then.
So let me ask you a question. You keep saying the words drag and bash. I'm gonna tell people this today. Those are words that I absolutely hate. Every day, it never fails that a Black woman comes at me and she says, I bash Black women for a living. When you say
you're
bash,
not doing it, it's them. It's not you, it's them.
When I ask people to show me where I'm bashing someone, they can't, because I'm not bashing, I'm holding people accountable. If you come at me directly, you're going to get a direct response. I'm going to hold you accountable. But bashing would have been me saying things about your looks, about your weight. Bashing would have been adding your real, where you live, who you got with, who you had a baby with. That's bashing. I didn't do that. And I didn't even put my watermark on your video because I really didn't care to claim a video that I didn't know where it originated from. what I'm trying to say to you is that you keep saying people are dragging and bashing you, and that's not happening. They're giving you opinions that
It's
you
in
have
the
to
comments
accept.
though, Daphne. It's
Okay,
forehead
can you show
comments in there.
forehead
It's
where?
weave comments in there.
Okay,
It's
where?
your TV little in the back. I was at my mama's house when I did that video. You need to get a bigger TV. You need to
Okay,
get your
where is this?
forehead together. You need to get your. It's in there. It's
Can
in
someone
there.
please?
It's in.
Can someone
It's
please
it's
call
not.
out?
And it's not on.
I don't see it.
It's not on here, Daphne. It's not on here. Now it's a lot of bad stuff in these comments too, but I can't go back
Like
to
what?
them. But I'm saying
Okay,
on
so
the
here's
post.
the thing. When I call you out and tell you whose comment, you're bringing up comments that are everywhere else, but it's not where we're at today. Who
Oh no,
on
it's
this
not
panel?
where we're at today. No, it's not where we're at today. Now
But this is what I'm
it's some
saying.
bad ones, but it's not
Even
bashing. It's
even
just
if they
negative.
call you, listen, Queen, even if they call you big forehead, little TV, living in the slums, that should not matter to you because you knew what was going to happen when you posted the video. Again, on your Instagram, you have 83,000 views. That video did what you wanted it to do. It went viral. You can't stop 83,000 people from not seeing that video. It probably got shared twice as much. All I'm saying to you is it's only a problem when they say something you don't agree with. Like, again, when people disagree with me, they think that I take it personal. The only time I take it personal is if you disagree and you have to add some personal shit to it. Oh, fuck you, you dick sucking motherfucker. I don't agree. So now I have to exploit you. Now I have to embarrass you because you didn't just disagree. You disrespected me. We can disagree all day. But with you, if everyone was saying, wow, I love this chant, she's our hero, I don't think we would be here today. It's the comments you did not like that caused you to go into my Facebook and write that mad graph. Then you went into my Instagram and said part 2 of the mad graph. So that told me that you were personally affected by my opinion on your cheer. So again, one thing you have to learn to do is soak up the good and the bad. Or else you're not going to make it as a comedian. You're not going to make it as someone trying to be in the limelight. Because anytime someone goes viral, you got to accept the good and the bad. Everyone's not going to agree with what you do. Again, Chris Rock thought his G.I. Jane joke was going to be a good one. Will Smith laughs, right? But then when G.I. Jane cut him that side eye, when she cut him that side eye, he slapped the shit out of Chris Rock. See, so what I'm saying is everybody's not going to agree with what you post, and you have to understand that what you do on social media has effects. That's why they call it a drug. There are side effects. The side effects are people that don't agree. They're going to call you big forehead. What do you think they call me? They call me ugly too. I don't give a fuck. I don't care because I'm not here to please them. I got a husband that loves me. That's all I care about. He's all I care. So I wouldn't care what people say. You care too much about what people say. That's your problem. And if you can't get past that, our counseling is going to be a problem. Because even today on the panel, people heard you going through the comments. Hold on. What they say? Or what? Girl, fuck what they saying in these comments. It's all about you and how you feel. Remember that. Exactly. And when they're saying negative stuff about you, that's a good thing. You're popping. Like one thing that my mom, she said to me before she passed, she said that Jesus was perfect. And they still talked about him, right? Not only did they talk about him, but they hung him from a cross. And he didn't do shit to them. He didn't do shit to anybody. He died perfect. So how the fuck would you think that people are not going to call you big forehead, dry wig wearing bitch? They're going to call you every name in the book because we're imperfect. So think about that. We're always going to get talked about, Queen. And until you can get past that, these comments, you're not going to grow. You said you're 39. I thought you would be past it. Also, you got to get thicker skin. And before you start really doing comedy, we need to heal you. You're not healed. Because the minute somebody says something traumatic, it's going to bring you right back to this. You cried a lot of times today. So again, I just need you to understand that you got point of views from women and men. They didn't like the video. And it's not going to change after we get off. You could delete the one on your Facebook today, but it's still out there. You're never, when I typed it on TikTok, baby daddy chair, I saw your face on maybe 50 videos that people did. 50. You're famous. You did what you set out to do. 50. But the thing about it is, if you don't want them sharing it, TikTok, if you allow them to stitch, they're going to do it. You know the TikTok rules. And the only reason why you're not getting paid off TikTok is because that's probably the most viewed video you have. See, in order to keep making money or to make money, you got to keep being negative. I guarantee if you do a part 2 about baby daddies and you keep doing that, you're going to be famous. See, negativity always wins. I need you to remember that, okay? So hold on, because I want to give everybody else the chance to speak. We got somebody else that got added on. Louis D, you have the floor with caution, and then we're gonna wrap it up. Go ahead, Louis D.
Sorry about that.
Oh, go.
Good evening. No, I'm here.
Caution. Hold on, Louis D. Caution. Let me caution you on Louis D. He likes to go off the track a little bit.
Not today.
Like politics. Okay, go
Not
ahead.
today.
Go ahead, Louis D.
One thing I want to just say is, I wish that you do get the help that you need. That's all I'm gonna say today. That's it.
So you came on to say, I hope you get the help that you need.
No, hold on. Also, I have the issue also with how she used that video as a double standard to get monetized. That's a double standard. That's a double standard. I got an issue with that. Because if we went and did the same video, what would happen?
Oh, it's coming down. It's coming down. Okay, so what's your advice to her, Louis D?
Get the help that she needs. I mean, we all got to heal. I mean, she needs to just heal. That's all I got to say. She just got to heal.
Okay. Caution, do you want to respond to Louis D on what he said to you?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, that's the first time she kept it short. She said, thank you. Okay, Louis D, you got that out of her. Now, caution. Delmar Holmes said she should apologize to the black man. Delmar, can you elaborate on that? What you mean? It sounds like he's saying you need to apologize for your part in your relationship with the baby daddy. I'm thinking that's what he means. I'm hoping that's what he means. We'll wait to see what he says. But CB, CB Film, I know you said you had another question. Go ahead.
I was just listening and I heard her say that she posted the video to repost out of anger. I just want to ask, instead of just reposting the video out of anger, why not make a video and say, hey, you know what I'm saying, the video y'all sharing of me right now is something that I don't align myself with anymore. So like if y'all are still posting this video of me where I'm saying and doing something that I really don't agree with no more, I want to ask you before I start handing out strikes to take this off your pages, because this video is not right. You know what I'm saying? And I agree.
I agree.
Great idea.
Caution, what do you think? What he said was big. Have you done a video at all year to date saying, guys, I don't live there anymore? That was a negative light. I have grown from it. Have you done that? Yes or no?
I sent it to people, but I haven't posted a video about it.
Why? Because
people don't respond to that.
Even if they don't respond to it, at least it's out there, right? You can put it out there and pin it. Is that that right? Is that correct?
That's right. But I just didn't think it was gonna do anything. Like that's the only reason. I thought about it, but it wasn't gonna do nothing.
When I post things that I do positive, it doesn't do anything, because when people are so used to you posting like drama, that's where they want you to live. But I still post the positive stuff anyway, because people tend to skip the good things I do for people and they always go to the bad things. And here's the thing, it shouldn't matter what people say as long as you got the video out, because let me tell you, how you act is a reflection of you. What about your 16-year-old daughter? Even though they're laughing now, do you think the teachers think it's cute? They call you ghetto bonquisha. I'm positive they do. They love talking about us outside of this. They'll laugh with your kids. Then they'll be like, oh my gosh, she's so ghetto. And we're just proving them right every time. So Queen, what I'm saying is you are too much of a good woman to do something that classless. We're better than that. We are. Somebody else said earlier, we're feeding into the stereotypes that they already put on us, that we're loud, that we're angry, and we're bitter. Your video exuberates all of that. Check mark, check mark, check mark, right? So what I'm saying is, like, I can't sit here and blame, my mother was shot by a black man, and it didn't make me think of black men differently, because that was a black man, not men. I was abused and almost killed by a black man. That didn't stop me from loving black men because of that black man. I ended up marrying a black man. Do you see what I'm trying to tell you? We cannot judge a whole race of men off of one motherfucker, one idiot, one stupid ass nigga. We can't do that. We have to know that all men are not just like that man. If I had followed your video, then I would have said, fuck all these men. Maybe I need to get me a white guy. Maybe I need somebody better. No, I had to look within myself and say, what could I have done better? I could have maybe shut the fuck up a few times. And I think I did tell my followers this. That same man that tried to kill me, I never turned him in. I never called the cops. I called his dad and said, come get this fool, basically. His dad came and got him, and he shipped him to another state. And then years later, he inboxed me. The heading said, you saved me. I couldn't believe it. He was my boyfriend at the time, my husband. We both read the email. He said, first, I want to say you saved me. He said, I would have had a felony. He stabbed me. I had all the proof. He broke my jaw. He busted my lip. And because I played basketball, that's how I lied to people. I said, oh, I was diving for the basketball. It was normal for me because I had my nose broken by a dude in basketball and they all jumped him. But hey, it was bad. So what I'm trying to say is I saved him and he got the help he needed. He got years of counseling. He got years of therapy and he changed and he's now married with 2 daughters. So what I'm trying to say to you, Queen, is that when you take accountability for your part, because I know that this man didn't do all this. And I know that your daughter's a good woman because she's going to ride for her mother no matter what. Even though you didn't give her the full gist of it, she was not going to hold you accountable in front of these strangers. That's your daughter. I still feel she protected you in some way. And I'm going to be able to break that shell when I talk to her individually. Because that's what you do. You protect your mother. A lot of people in the comments caught that too, and so did I. Even when I asked her a question and she looked down and looked up, I knew she was thinking of what to say to protect you. That's what daughters do. You can't fool me. I've been doing this too many years. So I need you to understand what accountability means. Accountability means change behavior. We have to not only change our behavior, but we have to move differently in that behavior. And one thing I think you never did was change their behavior. You might have said, I sent it to my friends, but those weren't the people that saw that video. 83,000 people saw it. So again, Queen, I'm hoping that you don't look at this as a bad session, but I appreciate you for being strong enough to come on here. I asked you, you thought about it, and you did it. So again, I'm sure nobody's questioning you being a tough person because you came today. I'm not easy to deal with, and I took it light on you. There were some things that I dug up, and I was ready to get you. I was hoping that you would have an attitude because I was ready. I was going to show people why they call me what they call me. But I thank God that you did not go that route. Because some people will say, I'm going to be cool. Then I let them on, and they act a fool. They know what Charlene used to do to me, my stalker. So again, I'm going to give everybody on the panel.
Oh, my God.
Will be last. I'm going to go round table and give everybody a chance to say their final words, and we're going to wrap up. I'm going to start with Daquan the Smoker. Go ahead.
Hey, you ain't got to reiterate me as a smoker, but it's all good. I appreciate that. Everybody smokes some weed from time to time. I'm just saying, I was getting delirious on this podcast. It's damn near 3 hours. I had to smoke something.
We're going to hear a knock on the door. Get down! I don't have to leave them
my bad. No, we ain't even doing that. I ain't got no warrants. I'm a good black man, but just to reiterate on everything that had transpired. I mean, everything just has to come from a sense of feeling. I ain't even gonna hold you. There's been too much damage that's been brought throughout our entire generation. It's time for us to start focusing on building the pinnacles that's actually gonna remake and reshape our culture as a whole. But I understand that pain. You know what I'm saying? Because me still trying to find love for a black woman, and me personally, I've already disclosed this outside of this program, so it's not an issue. My first harm just in existence was by a black woman. I was sexually assaulted and almost killed by my mother.
Oh
so
my God.
me personally,
Wow.
how am I supposed to actually want to love someone when the first safeguard, which is supposed to be your mother, which is supposed to be your parent, who basically is your legal guardian at birth, who the courts appoint and give custody at least 85% of the time to the mother. I'm looking like how am I supposed to do that when I'm still scared and I'm still hurt that some form of what I had to deal with back then is still gonna come up within you now. I don't want that a part of my legacy. So I just want you to heal more or less, just not deal with most of the negative aspects on this situation. I'm glad you was able to set foot and actually recognize what's being done, but I'm just letting you know from my perspective, I appreciate the effort and just hope that you heal.
Hey, Daquan, before you get off, Daquan, I want to say thank you. I are not comfortable with sharing stuff that happened to them as a child. And you know what? My ex who almost killed me, his mother tortured him for years. I mean, it got so bad where she'll grab the old school cheese graters and grate his skin when he did something wrong. I don't know what that feels like, and I don't want to know what it feels like, but his torture, what he suffered, is why when I made him mad and called him a bitch, he took it. I was his mom to him, and that's why he hurt me. He was really hitting his mom, and I had to figure that out. Daquan, I want to have you on another show, man, because there's a few guys that told me that they were either sexually assaulted or abused by their mothers or their aunts or their grandmothers, and we need to talk about this more because you men, y'all stay quiet so long, and y'all have weight on y'all have now. I see why you smoke. You got the world on your shoulder, man. It's not easy to deal with.
Don't try to tell you.
I'd rather you take a few puffs than a few punches. Okay, so at
There
the end
you
of the
go.
day, Daquan, me and you, I need you to hit me up on Instagram, man. I'm gonna do a show around this. Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, sure enough. I'm gonna send you my email contact. We'll keep in contact, definitely.
Okay, perfect, man. And if you want to stay on to the end, you can. Now we have
Not a
next
problem.
is Done. Done. Your final words.
I mean, honestly, everybody kind of covered it. The whole aspect of taking it down was really high on me until it just got spoken up. So other than that, I like to wish her good luck in her journey. You know, I pray for you that you find your peace, your serenity, just like I pray for everybody else.
Okay, thank you so much, Don. I appreciate you, sir. CB, go ahead, CB.
Hey yo, Daquan, I just want to say you ain't the only brother that partake, brother. Don't feel bad. But
appreciate that, Baji. Appreciate that.
But I just wanted to say that I mean, we can all learn from the things that we do. Just like before you just think before you put out some stuff out here, like we all should do. You know what I'm saying? If you know you're putting something out there as a joke, put out there as a disclaimer, yo. Just don't be offended.
Oh
yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, no, I'm not bitter. No, I'm not this. I mean, it sucks to have to do that. You know what I'm saying? For the moment in today's world, but you know what I'm saying? When we are all more connected today more than ever, you don't know what would trigger somebody. And just like women got emotions too, and y'all want us to care about y'all, you know what I'm saying? We have emotions too. We want to be cared for too. You know what I'm saying? Men, like, honestly, yeah, we tough all day. But at the same time, we want to know people care about us too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? There's stuff that triggers us too. So just think before you put something out there.
I heard that. In CB, I want you to also reach out to me on Instagram too, okay?
I bet.
Okay, Misha, you're next.
One of the first things I heard Caution say earlier was that she should have never posted this video and it should have never been on social media. I kind of disagree because I think what came out of today's conversation was needed. But I do want you to know that as a woman, I support you. Like I said, I am you. And sometimes it takes seeing your behavior in somebody else for you to recognize that some changes need to be made. But you are not just this. This is one moment, one mistake, if that's what you want to call it. This does not define who you are. So just take this, take care of your daughter or your kids, and take this as a learning, as a teachable moment. And don't let this define your whole life and define who you are as a person.
I heard that. You're gonna make me start singing church music. Okay. Then we have, thank you so much, Miss Misha. And then we have D. Go ahead, D. D.
Hey, can everybody hear me?
You know we can. You loud as go ahead, honey.
Yes, and I'm gonna land my plane. The young lady that just spoke, I definitely agree with her 100%. This is definitely a teaching moment, and not only for her, but also for me as well. So definitely my heart goes out to you and to your daughter and family as for healing. I'm like you all. Therapy is good. Therapy is best. And I know sometimes when we're going through situations where the non-custodial parent is not doing what they're supposed to do, that we can't get frustrated. Yes, it is frustrating. Yes, it is hard. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And just by listening to her daughter, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. She's doing good. She's well. She's in the service. She's not, like Daphne said, she's not, she's not in a messed up situation. You know what I mean? She's not on drugs. She's not anything. She's doing well. She's serving our country. And so you've done a good job, Mama. You've done a good job. You are enough. And we are proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I heard that. D,
so I'm going to land my plane right there.
D, you said you're going to land that plane. I believe you on a plane, too. Because I'm telling you, your voice is strong. D, I just want to say thank you for that. And it's funny. It's like you were reading my mind. I am coming out with a special shirt for women that says you are enough. A lot of women don't think they are enough. And sometimes there are really good women out there and you are enough. You don't have to go and lay on a table and look like everybody on IG. Accept yourself how God made you and know that you are enough. It might not be for this person, but that's okay. We're not gonna always cater to everybody, right? We're going to cater to the one that actually wants to take the time to get to know us. Okay. We might suffer traumas from being beat, molested. We all have a story. When people look at me and they think my life is great because I give away free shirts and do that. No, it's because I know what it's like. We've all suffered trauma in our lives, women and men. And because of what you said and what Caution said and what Daquan said, I will be doing a show called Trauma this week, and I want you guys on because we're going to talk about it. The only way we can heal. There's also somebody that told me they were therapists and they can help people too online over the phone, and he's going to be on there too to offer some help to you guys too. It's about us healing. At the end of the day, you guys, we all have to accept things that we're not happy with and grow from them. Like I said, I'm human. When that woman said that about my mother, I'm not going to lie. I did cry because she didn't know how strong that woman was. My mom was so powerful. She was able to move a chair with just her head. I mean, goodness. When I tried to do it, I ran over my sister's foot. I wasn't as skilled as my mother who couldn't move anything from the neck down. You have to understand what people go through before you talk about it. Again, if I come at someone, come at me, but don't attack my family. Don't attack those who are not alive to speak. And we have to understand that if we get mad, ladies, we have to control our emotions because when we're mad, we do things and we say things that you can't take back. And when Miss Caution went into my inbox today, I saw it early this morning. It's a Sunday. This is the day we're supposed to be resting, calm. I allowed her to get me out of my box. And I went quickly and ran her and had everything ready. And I was hoping I could use it. And I know that's bad to say. I said she had her nerve, but she came at me and she changed her tone, and we came to an agreement. So again, I thank her for that. Hold on, we got somebody that came on last on this panel. I'm gonna say Gia. Carlo,
hey,
you there?
Hey,
okay.
Daphne, it's been a while.
So Carlo, I'll let you speak if you can keep it under a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna let Miss Caution say her last words from all of us. So go ahead, Carlo.
No, if anything, I can respect what things happened back then, but I'd say everyone basically took the words out of my mouth. You shouldn't let one thing define you in a moment. That's all.
Oh, that was nice of you to say that. Now, Caution. Before I let you go ahead and say what you have to say, I want you to know that people are going to expect you to do what you say you're going to do. So in order for them to believe you and be on, and maybe this will help you get more followers because you stand by what you say. You said that you would do a video. If that's something that you want to do and send to me, I will post it. Like I said, change behavior means a lot. It means a lot to people. They say, wow, okay. Now it might not go viral because it's not negative, but that's life. But at least you did it. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what people say. At least you did it. You live in your truth. Go ahead, Miss Caution.
As badly as I want to just not say anything, because I just feel like I've said enough. But I really do appreciate this. This, I guess I can safely say, experience, this interaction with all of you guys, because of course a lot of times, like I said, I've been doing comedy for 6 years. I've hit stages. Of course, I'm not one to roast and talk about people. 8 times out of 10, I'm talking about myself. When I'm talking about anything, I talk about myself. But of course, I don't even think that it's safe to talk about my personal experiences, without taking them personal. Maybe if I make up experiences, it'll be a little bit easier to deal with. But like I said, I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody's input. This was very horrifying for me. I was terrified. I might be a little musty right now because I sweated the whole time I was on this live with y'all. I literally did not. I really just did not want to even try to be in this thing, but I did it because I would rather have a friend in everybody than to be a foe in everybody. So I mean, like I said, it was a process for me, and it was really, overwhelming, but it was much needed. I thank you guys, and that's really much, that's it for me. We'll try to do, and I do it and to anybody that was offended by the child support cheer, I honestly apologize. It wasn't put out there to hurt anybody. It was just my hurt. being put out there. And that's really it. You know, it wasn't put out there to hurt anybody.
And somebody said something something that I respect. With all due respect, said do the video, it will go viral because a woman holding herself accountable, it is rare. He's very right. Maybe this will be like your saving grace, Miss Caution, because women that hold themselves accountable is like somebody winning the Powerball. You're like, damn, he won. That's how people feel because a lot of women don't see no wrong. I just showed I just showed somebody how a woman disrespected my dead mother 5 years ago. And when I reminded her now, she ran. She unsent the message and she blocked me. That should tell you a lot. And that was the same amount of years that your video has been out. So imagine how I feel that this woman couldn't even apologize. Right? So you actually doing that, it might actually go in your favor, hun. And then Delmar said, are you looking at closing the case? Because you did say he's now paying child support and your daughter is 20 now. Are you looking at how long does he have to pay? Is this back child support he's paying now?
What's crazy is that I'm not even sure. Like basically what has been happening is the mere fact that he's so far behind. I think that they're taking his income tax or something because I only get payments once a year.
Yep.
So I honestly I don't know what they're doing, but I went downtown years ago to talk to somebody. They put me on hold. They set me in the waiting room. They didn't want me to talk to them because I haven't, what I'm saying? They really did the child support thing because I was receiving food stamps and other forms of help or whatever from DHS. So when I went down there to close it down, they gave me the runaround. I can't call nobody. They put me on hold. Everybody is hood rats. I'm like, do I need to get a lawyer to go take him off child support? You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, you're moving around. If I'm able to talk to the father of your child and he's willing to come on my show, would you do a part 2 where you guys are both, where you're listening to his side?
I would only do that. I would only do that because it's you. I wouldn't do that for nobody else.
Okay, hold on. There's a lot of static. Is that you? Are you moving around?
No, that's not me. I got my AirPods in.
Okay, can everyone mute their phone while Caution is talking, please? Because it sounds like one of you guys are going through a tunnel or something. You said that you would do the show because of me?
I would do it because it's you, Daphne. And I know that the same way I was held accountable for a bullshit child support cheer that I should never posted, I know you're going to hold him accountable for being out of his child life for 20 years.
He's definitely not going to get...
and he's not... The sad fact is, I don't know what kind of man he is because I haven't talked to him in almost over 10 years.
This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to first talk to him and I'm going to listen to his side. And then I'm not going to tell you what he said because I don't do that. Then I'm going to create a show. We'll do the part 2 this week if I can get him to do it. And we're going to listen to his side. And you're going to listen to him without speaking. Then you're going to say what you feel. And again, I don't want your daughter on this one. And please don't tell your daughter about this part 2. Okay. I don't want her involved because when we do counseling together, we'll be able to add little bits into that. Okay. So I want to speak to him. So if you can please reach out to me, I'm going to give you my cell phone number. Give me his information and I'm going to ask him for his ear and I'm going to actually call him and talk to him because if he's bad and he says, I don't want to talk to that B and all this other stuff, then everything that you said about him is absolutely right. But if he says, yeah, I got a story to tell, I definitely want to hear his story. And I want to hear his reaction when he saw your video. Because what if you really hurt his feelings? What if he said that? I mean, I'm curious and I'm sure the panel is.
I'm curious too.
It all depends on how soon I can get him. If he can do it tomorrow, we'll do it tomorrow. I'll do part 2, Daphne versus Erica versus Baby Daddy. Or whatever his name is. And you don't have to say his name. But I want to give him the chance to say his side because, I mean, there's so many sides to this and we've heard yours and I'm not one to believe just one. Okay. So if the group, if everybody on the panel was open to me doing a show, it would be like in the evening because I know a lot of people want to be home and they want to hear this. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to reach out to the dad and I'm going to see if I can get him on the next show, you guys. And we'll do a part 2 of this to be continued. But he will tell me. And if he says, well, I don't want to do the show, but you can record what I'm going to say, I'll record it. And then I'm going to surprise you and play it on the show. And then I'll let you talk. And I'll send him the link so you can listen in. So,
because he's calm. He's not like chaotic or anything. He, as calm as his daughter is, he's calmer than her.
Okay,
so
cool.
He's not gonna be on that bull crap. He just
he better not. Because if whatever
but he is really private though. He's a really private person. So
well, he doesn't have to show his picture. He don't even have to put his name. He can put his name as baby daddy if he wants. Nobody's gonna know what he looks like. No one's gonna know his government name. He can use any picture he wants. I just have to know it's him. That's it. So again, the panel's not gonna dig deep and try to find out who he is. That's my job. Okay, so we're gonna see. And all I'm asking from you, Caution, you gotta let him speak, even if it's something you. Okay, because I saw how you did today. You were a little mad, you know. So I just want to make sure. So guys, this was great. So Caution, I'm gonna reach out to you on Instagram, and I'm gonna give you my cell phone number, and I need you to send me what you have on him. When is the last time you spoke to him?
It's been over 10 years.
Oh my gosh! So he might not even want to speak to me. It's been too many years.
I don't talk to him at all. Now his daughter
payment that you
talks
received
to him
last year.
No, what's crazy is that they sent a letter to my mom's house like a month ago, and it was like $280 something on that card. But I don't even know where the child support card is. I don't know where it is. So they said it was $200 and some on there somewhere. So I'm gonna go find the card and send it to my child because her account is in a negative $2,000. Somebody stole $2,000 out of her account. So I've been paying my bills and hers. So the Army is a mess, honey. The Army got me. I'm tired as hell. I'm so fucking tired.
We're gonna talk more about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. So if everybody on the panel, you guys can go ahead and leave. I'm about to give my last thoughts, and then we're gonna wrap up. To those who I said to reach out to me on Instagram, please reach out to me on Instagram. And so first I wanted to say to you guys, thank you so much for 8,000 subscribers. I know it has been a long journey. We didn't get here quick. It's taken a little bit longer, but I appreciate those who have been rocking with me. And one thing that Ziggy just said something that almost made me shed a tear. He said, Daphne be saving lives more than Darman. If anybody knows who Darman is, he just started his YouTube a few years ago. And he gets like 80 million views off of fake stories. He hires these actors and the woman left the husband and watch what happens type stuff. And none of it is true. And I don't see him doing any giving back or any free stuff at all. But they made this man a millionaire. He's very well off. And it's off of fake stories. So what I do is actually real. And the counseling that I offer to people and the help that I do for people, a lot of people think that I'm just a person that exposes people online. That is not all what I do. You know, last year I gave away so many free shirts. And what hurts my feelings is when I send people free stuff and they don't even wear it or send me a post. I sent at least 100 shirts to people last year, and I ate the charges and I ate the shipping. I did all that. And people don't appreciate me enough, and it's okay. I think a lot of people, they go through life and they don't think they should say thank you or I appreciate you, but I do a lot of stuff outside of Instagram. I love helping people out with their bills. I love listening to women and giving them advice. And I love helping young girls who tell me that their moms are trying to groom them or trying to tell them otherwise about hating their fathers. There are a lot of good dads out there. And even if she made that chant 5 years ago, that was her perspective. She had every right to be upset. And now that we know why she did it, it still doesn't take away from what she did. She has to own up to it, but she was coming from a hurt place. I want you guys to know that these dads, they are stepping up. They are loving their kids. They want to be in their kids' life. They just don't want to be in the woman's life. And a lot of these women won't admit that they're angry. They won't admit that they push these men away. They won't admit that they're toxic. They only want it to be the man's fault. Ladies, all I'm telling you to do is please recognize the red flags, because there are a lot of men out there that are extremely shitty. They don't give a fuck about you, and you should know that before you open your legs to him. I don't want to hear that he tricked you, and then when you got pregnant, he became different. These men are going to show you who they are on day one, unless they are just a powerful narcissist and you just couldn't read it. We live in a world where it's easy to read things. Vibes. We go off of vibes, right? We go off of how we feel around people. So a lot of you women won't admit that you're digmatized. You want to admit that you're just so fascinated with the tattoos and the criminal record that you forget that he has a criminal record. And then you guys go and you sleep with these men, and then you go on Facebook and Instagram and you do dumb shit. Remember that what you do today, it can affect your kids tomorrow. When they grow up and they see that their mom or their dad was online doing dumb shit and their kids are sharing it in a group chat, that is the new form of bullying. It's not taking lunch money and putting them in trash cans. It's doing a group chat and showing them that your mama is a ignorant person or your dad is a dumbass. That's what they're doing. So people, you got to do better. If you guys need counseling, I do have some openings. I can't help everybody, and I'm free. So I'm asking you guys to please be respectful of my time. Do not text me at midnight. That is totally disrespectful. The next person that does that, I'm going to text you your address as the reply, because I don't like that. I don't like when people violate my time. I've never charged anyone a penny for the years that I've been doing all this stuff for free. Even my husband told me I need to shut down all social media and just let people see how it is without me, because I do so much that people don't see it until I go rogue, right? So I just want you guys to know that I'm not this evil person. I absolutely love helping people, and I'm trying to save people money, because a therapist can be anywhere between 80 to 250 an hour. I'm free. So there's no excuse for these women to be so angry and bitter when you have a Black woman that's willing to listen to you. Some women don't even need my coaching. They just need to call me and say, I have to let this out. This bitch motherfucker. And then they say, Daphne, thank you for listening. Have a great night. If that makes you feel better, cool, let's do it. But please do not defame my name by saying that I don't care about people. I post fake stuff. People know that I'm always on bans because of real shit. So if my shit is fake, I wouldn't be on this many bans, you guys. I cannot report myself for bullying. So understand that I'm going to continue to advocate for men and women. But ladies, you have to do better. And caution, what you did today, you didn't have to do. I appreciate you. I hated to hear you cry, because your mother, you know, my mother was your age when she died. My mother was 39 years old. She was still a baby herself. So again, we are all brought into people's lives for a reason, right? So again, guys, thank you to everybody who listened today on my panel. And this is coming from my heart. Y'all know yesterday I went on a rant over someone lying about needing help with their rent, and that wasn't me. It just angers me when our Black women lie just to get money from strangers. We're better than that, right? If you need help with rent, I can help you. I can ask people on Facebook, hey, I verified this woman's story. Can everyone send me $1? And I will show them where it's going. But see, that's when you're doing it right. When people do it the fraud way, oh, only send it through Cash App. Why not Zelle? Why not PayPal? Why not through a Western Union? Because they don't want a trail. So when you try to get their asses locked up, you can't prove it. So the best scams to do is through Cash App. But if you're a lady out there or a man out there and you are struggling to pay a bill, I don't mind asking people to help after I verify. And I do verify. You're not going to play me. I need to see the bill. I need to see your ID. I'm just like the state. I'm not going to let you get by with just some words. We all can cry on the phone, right? So again, I want you guys to know that I do help out. And if you fell on hard times, I won't post it on Facebook. That's not what I do. Now, if you were to call me a bitch and say your mom deserved to die, yeah, they're going to know that you were struggling to pay rent. That's how it works. But if you tell me something confidentially and you tell me that, hey, this is personal, I got a light bill due, can you help me? That's between us. I've never exposed anyone that I helped out. That's not what I do. The only people I expose are those who hit below the belt. If you hit below the belt, I'm going to hit below that. And you don't want to know where that's at, okay? I do have a crazy. I do. And I'm not saying crazy where I'm going to come to your house, but I do have a crazy where I will humble you, okay? So again, guys, I just want to say thank you guys for rocking with me, 8,000 people. I know my page is not going to ever hit Darman's numbers, but I know that somebody heard this podcast today and they said, you know what? I need to correct myself. I should not be talking about the dad like this. Ladies, please remember, men have it hard. Black men have it harder, okay? You just heard of Tyree, who just got beat by 5 black men, right? They beat the shit out of this man, and he was screaming for his mama. So that tells you a lot. Moms are taking care of their kids. But at the same time, I asked myself, where was the dad, right? So again, same thing happened to George Floyd. He screamed for his mama, who was dead. So mamas are still out there playing superheroes, like Caution was to her daughter. But the dads, we're not going to belittle them because it took 2 to make that child, okay? All I'm saying to you ladies is no matter how bad the dad did you, please don't act like that in front of your kid. Don't let your kid see you sweat. And don't send your kid to the dad when you know the dad ain't shit. That's not right. We have to do better collectively, you guys. You're producing these kids that you can't afford. You're producing these kids that you can't take care of. You're producing these kids for a child support check. It won't end well for you. Stop putting men on child support out of spite. Put men that don't want to take care of their kids on child support, not men that moved on to a new relationship. That's not the same, ladies. We have to do better. And if you want to get a man off of child support, reach out to me and I'll show you how it's done. Because judges are very tight with that. But if you can prove that this is a good man and he didn't deserve it, some of them are lenient. It depends on who you talk to. I'm free. FREE. So again, guys, I can do the best that I can. I've never asked anybody for money. All I have is my clothing website. That's it. And you don't have to donate a shirt to get my attention. Okay. So again, to those people who I'm counseling right now, thank you. I also want to say thank you to Latoya. I think she's in the comments because she bought some shirts from me and she sent me an email that really touched my heart. She said it was great quality, top tier, and no one's paying for shipping and taxes. I'm eating that. So I need you guys to understand that I do care. I'm also going to be creating a shirt for Erica, and it's gonna say "I'll see you in court." Now that shirt anyone can wear, men and women, because men take women to court too. Okay, but I thought it was so catchy, that part of her cheer, "I'll see you in court." And it's going to be called the Erica shirt. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to put it on my website and we're going to split the profits. But I want you guys to know that I do care. I do care about people. So again, thank you guys for listening. And I hope that you guys got something out of today. Okay. It wasn't a bashing session. So again, if you guys are trying to heal from a past trauma, reach out to me. It takes one time to say, I need help. And I got you. A lot of y'all think y'all have good friends. You don't. Do this challenge with me. Don't text any of your friends for 24 hours. If they don't reach out to you, hey, this ain't normal for this person. That ain't your friend. Because we all think we have friends. But if they can't even figure out that you're not even being yourself, that's not your friend. Y'all have associates. A friend knows everything about you. Y'all got to stop calling these motherfuckers your friends, because they're not. They're your acquaintances. They're your associates, your co-workers, but they're not your friends. A friend will have your back. I've been able to catch people that I don't even know and ask them, you sound like you're down. Well, you don't even know me. It shouldn't take me knowing you to know that you're different. So again, guys, we have to start really looking at who we call our friends. We don't have friends like we think we do. They don't fuck with y'all like that. So again, if you guys need help and guidance, you can reach out to me on Instagram, Queen of Accountability. You can reach out to me through email, accountabilityqueen@aol.com. And to those who have supported me with buying my shirts, I shipped out 55 orders this week single-handedly. I paid over $400 in shipping because a lot of people I did it next day who had 3 or 4 orders. So guys, I paid all that in shipping, not y'all, me. So again, understand that people are supporting me and I appreciate you guys for that. So with that being said, I hope you guys all have a great day. Carlo, that was you, Carlo? Go ahead, honey.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I must just say thank you for everything, and I'd say you'll eventually get to them Darman numbers, because all the fake stuff, it all falls off, but the real stuff always sticks around, and you saved a lot of lives and everything, and I got to thank you for everything. And I will say this, friends, my dad had an old saying, you have acquaintances and you have friends. The amount of friends you have will always be the amount you can count on both hands. One hand mostly, but 2 if you're lucky.
I heard that. Wise man. Man. I think a lot of people can live off of that. Can any orders be made on Apple Pay? Daquan, if you go to my website, man, there's 2 ways you can do it. It's Cash App or PayPal. Now, if you go through PayPal, you don't need a PayPal account. You can skip that part and just add your card and pay just like that. You do not need a PayPal account to order any of my shirts. Again, guys, if you, I do a lot of giveaways and people know how I am. Now, I'm not Darman. I can't give you guys a car or something like that once a year. But, you know, when people are making like 50 to 60,000 a month off of people who are supporting you, I think you should do like, let me pay 3 people's rent. There's no excuse. I want you guys to know that anybody with these high numbers, like 1 million and up, they're getting paid off of YouTube. Like, remember when I had that guy on here, he was talking about up to 10,000 a month for his, and he doesn't even have 1 million subscribers. But some people are getting 10,000 a month to start. Okay, so a lot of these pages like Darman, if you look it up online, it's free information. It'll tell you they make between 60 and 80K a month. Now, that's a lot of money. How much of that are you giving back to those people that put you there? Some of them will give back, oh, today we're going to pay a light bill that's $200. That ain't shit. I need you guys to change lives. He can pay 10 people's rent and still eat. That's what I'm saying. Stop supporting these people who are not giving back. That's all I'm saying. I'm not telling you who to support. But if people are not giving back what you are putting out there for them, then why are you supporting them? That's not support. If I'm making up fake stories with paid actors and I'm getting 80 grand a month, you better be breaking people off. That's all I'm saying. I've seen people go from a Honda to a Ferrari. If you go on YouTube, these content creators are driving around in spiders. They got the best cars because they're lying, doing these stupid pranks. I'm out here trying to do right. Mental health. I know I'm not going to ever be able to do that right now, but I know that somebody's going to hear it and someone's going to say, you know what, I'm going to invest in that. And that's all that matters. So again, guys, we're all one big team. And all I can say to you guys is it doesn't hurt for you to ask for help. And you're not weak. You're not lame. And if you don't have a job, I might know someone that can help you get a job. I don't just help just beyond mental health. Some of you guys might need help with your resume. Some of you guys might need help getting back into school. Some of you guys might want to know what jobs hire felons. Don't let what someone did to you define you. You're better than that. You can grow from that. There's always a way around something. It's about who you know. So again, I want you guys to know that I do got your back, and I love helping people that want to help themselves, right? I'm not going to sit there and say, oh yeah, let me help you with your rent, knowing you're going to struggle the next month. You need a job. Now, I want you to know that my advice is not pretty, it's ugly. So if you don't want the truth, do not reach out to me. I'm not Derek Jackson. I will not coddle you. I will not tell you that you have nothing wrong with you. That ain't me. Okay. I'm going to tell you what you don't want to hear, because I had to hear the shit. I didn't want to hear I had an ugly mouth. I'm looking in the mirror like I got all my teeth. What the fuck? And I wasn't even listening. I wasn't listening to understand. I was listening to create more chaos. So again, guys, we have to learn how to control our emotions, ladies. We are emotional, even if you don't want to admit it. So again, on that note, guys, please have a great Sunday. I hope you guys have a really good Sunday. And I know I just actually I just put in a big order. So I'm going to be shipping out maybe another 40 orders this week alone. But remember, guys, I do this on my own. I'm a one-man show. I mean, my husband does do the packaging with me. What I'm trying to tell you guys is I don't have an assistant. Nobody helps me. I do this by myself. You guys get handwritten letters from me saying thank you for your support. So at the end of the day, I want you guys to know that maybe one day I'll be able to get an assistant when I get bigger. But know that everything I package is coming from me, not a machine. So I want to say thank you to everybody who have my back. And Erica, caution, whatever you want me to call it, we're looking forward to that video. You don't have to do it right this second. I want you to be in the right headspace. But please do that video on your time, and please send me the information of the baby daddy, because I want him to tell us his side, and I want us to come to that conclusion on what we feel. Okay. So guys, please keep your head up. Please keep your head up. I'm just looking at these comments. I still enjoy. No, Ziggy, enjoy his videos. I enjoy him too. I enjoy videos too, but I like for some things to be truthful. I've never lived. I think Darman is like Tyler Perry. And let's keep it 1,000. He'll do a video of a woman that has cancer, husband's cheating on her, and carry me up the stairs every day. He does these kind of videos, and they're not real. I can only relate to real. Like, his videos are similar to Tyler Perry movies. I can't relate to that. I can relate to things that are based on a true story, because that's my life. So when you guys see these text receipts and these videos that I get off of TikTok, that's real. That's coming from something real. This is not a paid actor. I don't like skits. I don't like that because it's not real. I'm not saying people don't live it, but why can't we get something that somebody actually lived? Not a joke, right? So at the end of the day, no bashing to Darman, but I can't go off of somebody's fake videos that have paid actors. I can only relate to what's real. That's just me. So again, guys, I appreciate you guys. Please continue to subscribe and share my stuff, and I will see you guys for part 2 of Daphne versus Erica versus the baby daddy. And that right there, I think is going to be a good show. If he does not want to come on the show, I will record what we talk about, and I will play that, and then we will talk about it. So I'm hoping that he's open to it. Erica, you can let him know that he doesn't have to show his face and none of that. Okay. So again, guys, keep your fingers crossed, because it's been 10 years since Caution spoke to this man, and I'm hoping that he does not, take offense to this. Okay. So guys, have a good Sunday. You know how to reach me, and I'll see you guys on the next show.
I got one small question though about reaching you.
Yes. Go ahead, dear.
So is that text? I texted you the other day, but I'm West Coast, so I'm time zone. So I hope I don't mean any disrespect. So
did I respond?
No, you didn't.
Okay, then I was mad then, and then I might have been mad. I have to look and see when you did it, because if you're West Coast, I'm Midwest.
Yeah, no, I know. I sent it around the time that I said hopefully that you'd respond after the stream. My bad.
Oh, you sent it today?
I sent it the other day, your last stream. I think it was the CelebriD Daters one. Let me see.
Okay. I'll go back. Look, in my phone right now, I have over 77 text messages. When I tell you that, when I say free, I have to sort through and I have to help people. And like I said, I'm one person. I wish there was 20 of me, But on
Yeah,
one
no.
person, I got to get through 77 messages, and
It
I'm
was.
also trying to get orders out, man. I'm all over.
I got you. I think it was yesterday around like 4 o'clock your time. My bad. I think it was you were
Look,
doing the stream.
look, y'all. He remember the time and everything. Look at him telling on me. So
My
if
bad.
you did reach out, again, I apologize that I didn't get back to it in a quick manner. I will
No,
look at
I
my.
want
will
to
look
know
at
if
the
I
messages.
annoyed you. That's all.
No, no. You know that you annoyed me when I tell you that you disrespected my time. I respond back and tell you that. Like the person that texted me at 12:01 a.m.
Yeah.
I was really upset. That is the most disrespectful thing that a person can ever do. And when he texted me, I sent him a question mark. And he said, "Did I do something wrong?" Yes.
Yes.
It's 12:01 a.m. Well, you said to text. Now, guys, we're not stupid. We know time, okay? If it's 12:01 a.m. my time and you're East Coast, that means it's 1. So why would you think that it's okay to do that? So what I did was I took his number and I ran it and I sent him his address. And I think he blocked me, actually, because I didn't even say anything. I just sent his address. I was mad. So, guys, just respect my time, please. Please respect my time. I know I'm free, but that doesn't mean disrespect, okay? Plus, my husband wasn't happy with that either. So, yeah, okay? So, guys, again, thank you for this show. Again, I want you guys to follow Comedian Caution. It's her Instagram. She's a good woman, guys. We have to help all of our people, okay? She's coming out as a comedian. She's trying to get her stuff right. So to those comedians who follow me, I'm definitely going to refer them to her page. And Caution, we're looking forward to you doing some more, stuff from the heart. Richard Pryor, Red Fox. A lot of these comedians, Bernie Mac, it came from a real place. That's what made it funny. They talked about, we even know of Kevin Hart, Laugh at My Pain, right? He was fucking 2 women in a hotel. No, I didn't. And then they had the video, right? Then he came out and did Laugh at My Pain. When you laugh at your pain, it gives the haters a chance to not hurt you because you already laughed at it. If you like Michael Blackson, he calls himself ugly. I know I'm an ugly motherfucker. So if you call me ugly, it don't hurt me because I've already accepted that I'm ugly, right? So again, if you laugh at your flaws, the haters will get mad. Okay, I'm a pick me. I've been picked 10 years. Hey, what else you got? That angers your haters because you're using what they're saying and you're laughing with them. Hey, yeah, okay, I got a big nose. I sure do. I can smell from a distance. Okay, next. So guys, learn to laugh at your flaws because it'll piss off those haters, okay? All right, y'all. So again, I see you guys on the next show, and I'm out.
It's real.
Right.